we can actually finally jump into the game. I know, which is still, if you didn't expect it, Lightning Spear. So, no way he's still playing the Lightning Spear build. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I don't know if I will actually play something else because I'm usually a 1 or 2 builds per league kind of guy nowadays. Because if I find something good, I kind of don't want to spend another 50 hours on something that is most likely going to be worse. And that's fine, because next league, something else is going to be good. At this league, it's Lightning Spear. Lightning Spear is sick AF, and so far, I have very much enjoyed it. Oh my lord. There you go. Oops. There you go. A little bit quieter. And it just works. It just works. I have done a lot of upgrades. I have now gotten a proper spear. This is kind of insane. This has a third of the physical damage and I think half of the lightning damage, but because its critical hit chance is so disgustingly high, my DPS is incredibly high. What the heck is happening here? I think there are actually some bugs a little bit right now. I did enable something. So, by the way, if we have some weird issues right now, I might have to take away something. Anyways, Lightning Spear, I think it... This spear plus Leucocide or Leucocide, I don't know how you say this. I always say Leucocide, which is I'm 90% sure wrong. Anyways, that shield that doubles my accuracy rating, pretty much this and that doubled my damage, my Lightning Spear damage. I think it nearly doubled my Stormlance damage as well, but this is a little bit strange because it needs to crit to deal like the full damage. If it doesn't, it kind of feels meh. I did not change this. I got... I kind of like changed things around. I got a new ring and then I got rid of the old one and now I have Death Rush, which gives me Onslaught, which gives me a little bit more movement speed. It's slightly noticeable, but not much. I got another Beacon of Aziz, so I can actually have that one spirit more, because I think I had 1 point here, so I changed a few things around, but again, this is all just the mid-game build from Fubgun, and I am using Fork now in here, which is disgusting. This is an disgusting amount of clear. I cannot tell you how disgusting the clear is now. It is absolutely insane. It is screen wide sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. I think I got maybe a new jewel for mana things. I want to get a few, like one more jewel in here for the Against the Darkness, so you have like extra lightning damage per notable here. That would be sick, but that's another 8 divs. And I would like to get a Headhunter, but again, you know, I'm broke AF. Okay, I'm not so broke anymore. Boom, money. But yeah, I have continuously upgraded my stuff, and I have mostly upgraded also some gear to get just enough resistances. My resistances were really low. I actually want an even better boots with like 35 movement speed, maybe the same amount of life, we'll see. I don't need the dexterity anymore on this, which means this clears up a suffix. I also don't need reduced chill duration on me. Also gives me another suffix, so I can get maybe fat chaos raz. We'll see. This is, I think, actually worse than what I had before. I think I still have the old one. Yeah, this is actually, I think, the old one I had. So this has 197 life. This has, oh, it's actually similar. But yeah, way worse in terms of, like, resistances. But slightly better evasion rating. So, this is, I think, the old ring I had, which is also pretty darn good. Fat life, fat lightning damage, rarity, fire res, lightning res. But I had to like swap in the Death Rush just for that. A little bit more movement speed. Just to go a little bit faster, because, you know, if you save about 30 seconds every 5 maps, that will add up because you are mapping. And speaking of mapping, I've done a lot of it. I have, of course, finished the entire Atlas by now. I think I showed it off maybe in the video that I finished this off, finished this up. The whole Nexus corruption thingy was Not that difficult. I had to really focus and hone on to it. Or else I just do everything but that. But if you just focus on the nexuses and just run them and do that over and over and over, you'll get it done. I think I actually have another nexus right here. And God bless. God bless. Thank you, Jesus. I'm not Christian. I'm actually an atheist. Jesus Christ. Sorry. The heck was in my coffee? So thankfully they added bookmarks now. Yes, they added, not advertisements. They added bookmarks, baby. So yeah, we finally have bookmarks now, which means you can actually bookmark stuff with right click and add a bookmark right here. You can also edge display it. I actually like to have the edge display off, so it's like it doesn't clutter up, like minimize it a little bit. I would even love if the health bar at the bottom even disappears. If that goes away, love it. Would love that a lot. Please, GGG. But I understand. That's quite a lot of work, I'm guessing. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing, the bookmark system. This doesn't help me now after the fact. It helps me a little bit after the fact, but in the next league it's gonna be huge, because you are gonna start at the home place, which is the beginning. I like how this is called home. And then of course you have the monolith right next to it, and you could then, from the beginning of the league, you go in one direction, you find a tower, you right-click the tower, you juice it, and you can continue on finding the nexuses, the corrupted nexuses, if that is going to be the end game next league as well, or next expansion. And the good part about this is, after you do your corrupted nexus stuff, you have bookmarked all the important locations on the way to get there. It does feel a little bit weird that when you, in the future, when you try to find all the corrupted nexuses and you ignore all the sick content to get your Atlas to level 40 and then actually do the juicing, it feels a little bit strange and off. But it's also quite similar to just not using scarabs in PoE 1, right? Because in PoE 1, if you find a scarab, you shouldn't use it, actually, until you are in tier 16 maps, right? Otherwise, it's kind of a waste. Probably. Maybe depends on the scarab, but you usually don't want to use, like, a Legion scarab in tier 3. Like why? You could even sell it, technically, and probably that would be worth more than using it yourself, for now. So it's similar to that, but either way, Lamau. Either way, bookmarks is amazing. You can just like really focus on a few things. I usually used it for nexuses or cleansed areas. So for example, if I finished a nexus, then I mark it as cleansed area or cleansed nexus, and then I searched for the next nexus and moved over to it, did that one and marked it again. So, and then after the fact, I went back to the cleansed area that I did. I then either searched for the tower, if I already didn't do it until then, and do the tower, juice that up, or if I juiced the tower already, I do the cleansed area and do all the cleansed locations, right? And if that is done, then I just go to the next, to the next, to the next, and I think I did most of them. Most of them are red because I locked it to this area, which is the tower itself. So this area right here is green because it's finished. That's why it's red. It's completed. But technically, what this also just means for me is this is an area I juiced previously with stuff. I think this is mostly for delirium-related things and maybe bossing. So I might do this whole area at some point and then move on to the next one. See, there's a breach. This is still like cleansed, but this is technically... I don't know if this is actually still cleansed. Visually, it still is cleansed, but this might not be... This might just be a visual bug, so it's not fully cleared. Either way, Yeah, I think I used a lot of breach areas here. You can see, I think the breaches contain 3 additional breaches, the additional, like 1 additional clasped hand. So this is like these modifiers from the towers. I mentioned this from my video also, that I hope they can add. Yo, Daniel Balundol, hello, explosive tire. Excuse you, what? No, explosive spear. That's the build. Close one though. So I mentioned this in my video. I hope these modifiers right here, I hope in the future we can actually, oh, hold up. Let me do it like this. I hope in the future these can be color coded or maybe displayed differently, because right now I cannot say what is from this area, what is from a tablet, and what is from something else, right? They kind of need to color code it a bit differently or maybe separate it in some way. I think that would help this a lot. Just more, it doesn't really help with like juicing more, but it helps with transparency, because it is getting like this whole thing, it's getting a bit messy already, right? Like this is pretty darn messy if you think about like what's going on. This is rough. This is rough, with all the different points, the different icons, the different modifiers on the areas. They're all randomized areas themselves. You know, some are desert, some are dry. Like, it's a lot. So it's gonna be interesting how this develops over the next few patches, or until like 1.0. But again, way better than 0.1. Dear God, 0.1 was rough in that sense. So, other than that, I think it's pretty much the same. Bunch of tablets I think most of them are really already prepared. So for example, I think I had a lot of tablets here that were already good to go. I'm actually running out of boss tablets, I realize. I'm actually running out of boss tablets, because I usually use 1 irradiated, 1 breach, and 1 boss tablet. And I'm running out of those. Interesting. In addition to that, by the way, they finally added a bunch of affinities. They added a bunch of affinities. They are still not 100% working, so there are a few bugs. So for example, if you have a breach splinter, which is counted as a fragment, and you say, I want this to have the fragment affinity, but you also have breach here, which is another stash where I have all my breach related stuff, and you want to put it in, it actually puts it in the fragment tab. I don't know why, but it do be like this right now. I'm sure this will be fixed as they either as time goes on, or when the breach stash tab is finally in the game, because this is right not just a separate temporary fix, kind of, right? So you still have the quality of life of the affinities, so you don't have to like manually move things around, which is neat, of course. Same, by the way, goes for Delirium. So if you, I think I have like 56 right here, and if I want to put this in the Delirium tab and I control left click it right now, it doesn't put it in here, it actually puts it in the fragment tab, because it sees it as a fragment. It's a fragment, a splinter is a fragment of the whole thing. Sure, okay. I get it why. You know. Also, I think the charm-related thing is not added to the flask stash yet. I think they wanted to do that, but it probably wasn't finished yet. So, hope that can be done. So all my 7 charms I have here, or whatever, however many they are, I can finally put them in my flask tab. Pog. Very nice. Other than that, I think I've just been blasting, and it's going okay. I do have to say, after being quite deep into the Reddit and commenting on a lot of things and trying to be active, because, you know, I'm trying to help, but sometimes people also just want to say stuff instead of wanting to get help, and I think that's kind of what Reddit is sometimes, which is fine. But I also then have to accept that my time might be a bit wasted being on Reddit. because you clearly don't want help. You just want to say stuff, even if it's wrong. You just want to say stuff, yeah, and thus I actually removed myself from the PoE2 Reddit. I unjoined. Not a big deal, right? But still, I just had to unjoin there. And the last thing I remember from Reddit was that a lot of people are, I think, asking for currency buff. And yeah, just my TLDR, while we can actually jump into map and just blast a little bit. Do we actually do this area, or do we go down to... I mean, I would like to go at Nexus. Man, Nexuses are so juicy. They are so bloody juicy sometimes. Especially cleansed areas are pretty darn good. But I also want to finish my old areas here. There's so many old areas. Oh my god, look at all the areas here that are juiced. Good lord. Okay, let's just... I gotta do one thing. No, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna start the bottom right here. Who cares? You know, we're gonna start somewhere. Everything is better than nothing. That's the thing. Every monster is a chance to get loot. So, the last thing I remember was people wanted more currency and wanted a currency buff because barely anything drops. I don't know why people think that, because I feel like I'm getting a good amount of, as you can see, just tier 15s right now. I actually had way too many tier 15s at this point. That I don't even mind. I probably sell half my tier 15s for gold, because I have a very strict filter on which maps I want to run now. Because I also kind of want to level and not die all the time. But in general, also exalts are kind of fine. I definitely don't find as many. I sometimes got quite lucky with some divine orbs and sometimes not at all. I think in the past few days, but I think I'm also playing far less than a few weeks ago. But yeah, I think a buff in currency is a bad idea, because ooh, yeah, okay. I stood in those. Yeah, that's the problem when you are chatting in a stream. You kind of ignore what's happening because they explode after the fact. That was my mistake. Oh, by the way, ooh, I don't have the. Okay, I need to buy another experience omen thing, so I don't lose all my experience when I die again. So I personally don't like the idea of buffing currency again, because if that happens again, this league, people probably want this every single league, right? And that's just not gonna happen. Like it's just an awful situation to be in. Like, you nerf it when the patch drops, and then people bitch about wanting loot again, and then you buff it again. So this is gonna be like this becomes a norm, and that's just not a good thing. Right, it's just more loot, more loot, more loot, more loot, more loot. It's just awful. It just becomes it becomes horrible as time goes on. Because again, I think people underestimate this game doesn't exist for the next 2 days or 3 months. This game will exist for the next 50 years potentially, right? Who knows? And you don't want to like come into a situation where you kind of screwed yourself long term, because the norm is that yeah, GGG will always buff loot after a few weeks, so don't play the first few weeks. That's awful. That's really bad, because that's actually where they make their money, right? With microtransactions in the first few weeks. So you don't want that, or you don't want that to be the norm, that the community knows. Oh yeah, it's this and that. So that's why I also like kind of I'm very against buffing everything all the time. Like, yeah, bigger numbers, better. Let's go. No, it's really bad. I mean, I think we've seen this in. I mean, I'm not a World of Warcraft player, but yeah, World of Warcraft had to squish the numbers down again because they were just insanely high, and that's just what happens at some point, right? You don't want to always buff things. You want to balance things as much as possible. But yeah, that is pretty much the last convo I realized over on the Reddit, and that is pretty much when I left. This is pretty much when I left the subreddit, because I was like, yeah, this is just not working. You know, bless the mods, by the way, over there. This is kind of insane that the mods still survive that onslaught of just yeah, over the past years, to be honest. Pretty insane. But bless the mods on the PoE2 subreddit. Holy. It's rough. But it also is like an open forum. So that's kind of what I also sometimes have to see in my comment section. It is an open forum. People just like to chat and talk stuff. And I can't always just jump in and instantly be like the police and be like, well, actually, and you know. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, just... Sometimes maybe fine to just let them talk. Or maybe other commenters will see it and jump in and do the not the job for you, but, you know, kind of be the balance to that. But it's a bit difficult. Right, I can actually sell that. Actually, I have way too many maps in my inventory. Maybe I should get rid of some. Maybe, wait, hold up. I'm gonna, like... There you go. Just leaving a few of them in there. And now I have exalts. I sadly don't have many exalts, but I kind of want to, like, at least give me 3. No, 3, not 15. Hello? Oh, okay, sorry. Hold up. There we go. Add them. Nope. 22? Jesus Christ. That's a lot of exalts I just spent for not dying. Yep. I would like to get like 1 or 2 more levels. Then I think I'm fine with it. Maybe like if I get to 95, I'm gonna be a happy boy in PoE2. Like I'm a very happy boy because 95 is kind of a struggle if you're constantly dying, right? Or, you know, because the game is just more difficult. Everything is just a little bit tighter in terms of balance. You need your attributes, you need your resistances, but you also need your life, you need your evasion on everything, and just, or at least my build needs evasion. Hello. But I mean, how do you guys like the new change that we can see now, the rare monsters? Does this actually help you? Is this actually way better for you guys? Because I don't know if I want to make a video on that. Feels a little bit like just they might already change it 15 times over before the next patch, so it doesn't really matter. Not the next patch, but the next big one. It's definitely a good step into the right direction. But yeah, I feel like it's also only half the story. I feel like it's only half the story. The other half is you still have to 100% the map. Because you don't see strongboxes, you don't see breaches, or at least I don't until you get closer. Or I think when you finished all the rares, you also see breaches, but this at that point you kind of have to uncover the entire map anyways. So yeah, it feels a bit lackluster right now. It's a good step in the right direction, though. That's for sure. I actually noticed this in. This probably says a lot about, hey, Greater Jewel Sword. That's 20x. That says a lot about me probably being quite the normie in terms of video games. I played the demo for Star Wars Outlaws. I can't talk. Sure, it's a video game, boys. But I did notice the whole the compass that you have, right? Since Skyrim, right? Since Skyrim, we all know, oh yeah, a game has like a compass at the top or something that you can look at and then go to the next quest. And I think, well, you know, there's always a plus and minus. But usually there's kind of like a negative thing when it comes to these. Where did I just get damage from? Oh, no, I think I didn't get damage from. I just got way more life. No. That these compasses in video games that tell you where the next quest is kind of get you away from kind of being in the world, right? And really being in it and listening to what the NPCs say, listening to them and realizing, oh, okay, he's mentioning the town this and that. I was there, I think, previously, or I read a shield where that town is, etc., etc. And you kind of have to be aware of the world you're in and really get to know the world. I'm probably the normie, extreme normie, where I say I don't really care about that, because I will be in the world when the world is good. I will not be in a world when I have to read a goddamn shield telling me where the next town is to finish the main story of this video game. Because even if I, for example, have a car, I don't have a car, but if I had a car and I'm like, I want to have a good time maybe in city, this and that, and I want to get to a certain cafe with a certain name because I heard it from a friend. Yeah, obviously I go on Google Maps and drive there. Like, why wouldn't I? I want to have a good time and I want to get there in a certain amount of time. I don't want to like drive roughly in the direction of the town and roughly in the direction of the cafe. That's not me, at least. I'm sure there are some people that like to do that, but that's definitely not me because, you know, I don't find that fun. Neither is it fun for me to read every single shield in a video game trying to figure out where the next town is. I'm like, no, bro, can I just know where the next quest is and I just go there? Right? But that's me. That's probably a very normie take, right? But that's... just maybe the Star Wars game made me think of this. I'm like, huh, yeah, actually, I'm kind of a normie in that sense. I definitely want just a big-ass marker that says, yo, 500 meters this direction is the guy you will need to talk to. Okay, maybe it needs to not be this extreme, but, you know, something along those lines. On-kill effects happen twice. Killjoy. Huh. It's kind of cool. I will still sell it, but kind of cool, unique gloves. Nice, nice. Bro, I need way more water. I feel like I'm... I feel like I'm the desert over here. But this might be because I just ate pizza. A big old pizza. Actually, I mean, I like farming and just grinding for this. It's just so enjoyable. But for the sake of the stream, I could maybe... don't kill me. I could maybe try the... Hello? The final boss. Oh god, what is it called? Not Aberrath. I always mix up Aberrath. What is it? Oh my god, what is the final boss called again? I haven't fought him so many times. I forget names. You know the final boss of PoE2. The thing is, I don't have a fragment anymore. I sold it, actually. I sold the one fragment I had because I really wanted to get the... the cash. Oh, I also completely forgot. I actually did the final trial. The final trial of Sekima. Actually, after this, I'm gonna show you my final trial. I mean, I'm not gonna show literally everything, but I'm gonna show the final fight. You will laugh. You will laugh how I... Well, maybe not laugh, but... It... it will show you how easy Trial of Sekima is. It's stupidly simple, by the way. At least simple to me. Where are you going? Hi, sir. Thanks, bro. Ah, the wisps are special. Yeah, they definitely need some work. Is there another wisp? Is that another one? I think that's another one. What is that blood attack? Holy. Actually, I have to really focus there. Okay, then. Nope. Don't explode me. Don't you dare. Nope. Don't you dare explode me. Holy. Okay, now I can actually see the breach. But yeah, strong boxes, for example, and shrines aren't visible, so I definitely need that as an overlay. Otherwise, the whole hey, you can see rares now on the map. I'm like, yeah, cool, bro, but half the other content isn't visible. So yeah, that definitely needs to be added at some point. Or else, you know, the whole this is just only half the job and doesn't really help me because the areas are still enormous. Not that I dislike that, but like, if we already go into the direction of you can see all the content everywhere, then let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way, boys. Also, yeah, Mire is, I think, the worst area for Breach. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Whoop. Hello, sir. No! Boys, we got a crash. If that happens to you, if this crash happens to you, do not press anything. Let the game do its thing. It will pause in between. Don't worry, you might not die. And now you continue. There we go. See? That's how you do it. That's how you do it. All good. All good. Easy. That was the thing. Is the breach still going? Wow, that was a long breach. Oh yeah, by the way, I changed up my filter again so I don't see single stack of splinters because, yeah, I don't want to pick them up. So, if someone want to join me and pick up the single stack of splinters and only those, feel free, you know. Feel free to join my maps. I'm kidding. No. But yeah, I really don't want to pick up single stack of splinters, so I don't show them anymore. So yeah, I completely forgot about this because this is actually a big moment. During the week, I of course played a bit more, and I did. Is that tier 3? No, this is 82. So this is Chest tier 4. Okay, just for reference, okay? This was pre-spear up. Wait, was this Wait, hold up. Let me check. Oops. No. This was, okay, this was already the spear. This was 2 rings, not the onslaught ring, or the death rush. This roughly the same setup. So damage-wise, very similar to what I have right now. But keep in mind, this right here that you're gonna see, and I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm gonna skip ahead right here, because I think I am dying quite a bit. This right here is, I think 82 is tier 4 chest. Might be tier 3. No, I think this is tier 3. I'm not quite sure, actually. But this is without the last ascendancy points. Just keep that in mind. So this is with 3 ascendancies, not 4. But this is also not my first attempt. I had 2 out of full breach stones trying this fight out before. Also, I suck at the whole Stormlance, Sniper Smart, Barrage setup. I'm really bad at that gameplay. I also waste a lot of mana. Yeah, so I didn't do that one. But this is, I think, the last. This is the 3rd attempt, and I think I did it after this. I can skip ahead a little bit. So yeah, roughly here. So yeah, this time I was able to electrocute him. Which might not even be a good idea. Electrocution is kind of interesting, but at the end you just want to deal damage. So yeah, and now I have the problem. He's nearly dead, but I have no mana left. And I also have no charm charges left. So if I get frozen, I get frozen. So I was in a pretty bad situation. This was also, I think, the last attempt. So if I die here, I lose another Breach Stone. This would have been the third Breach Stone I pretty much threw away. Which, you know, this is fine. You know, this is part of the game. But still, you know, getting a Breach Stone takes time, right? It's 300 splinters that I have to pick up. Picking them up is not really fun. So, yeah.
Please not more ads.
Oh my god, more ads. So now he has his energy shield back, sadly. Which is sadly very annoying that this continues being a thing. But... GG. So I'm pretty sure this is Chest 3. Or tier 3, because I get the fourth book, or the fourth, or 8th point technically, but the 8th book, the 4th book, which gives the 7th and 8th point. So, yeah. And that was that. Pretty good. Pretty good. And again, this was without the last ascendancy for the Amazon, which, if you remember, or if you know, gives me 50% more damage when the boss has an open weakness. Okay? That is a lot of damage that I could have done to this boss, but I did it without. So if anybody bitches about not having enough damage... you can still grind more loot and currency to upgrade your build and overcome that challenge. That's the beauty of Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile in general. Number always wins. That's the beauty of it. It's not like a From Software game where a number is kept at some point, or kept in terms of you can't really get like double more damage that you already have against the boss, right? Even if you say, I kind of want double the damage against this boss to feel powerful, or to comfortably do this boss, a From Software game probably won't allow you that, because people are always compare it to like a Souls-like, right? PoE 2 is so far away from it, because you can probably always get double the damage. I can probably get double damage right now on this build if I spend an ungodly amount of time. But it's already fine, in my opinion. Good. With this in mind, if anybody bitches about Trial of Sekima being hard, okay? This was probably the most difficult Trial of Sekima my character could have. Okay, maybe not the most difficult, but it was brutally difficult. So I stacked, of course, a lot of honor resistance. I don't even know how much honor resistance there is. By the way, for the love of God, GGG, please add some sort of like UI that tells us how much stuff we have in here. Please add this. Please, for the love of God, this is your core gameplay mechanic. Just add this for the love of God. Thank you. Good. With this out of the way, I jumped in. Honor resistance stacked to the max. I went in and keep in mind, this is at I'm someone who doesn't care about the ascendancies, and I don't care about doing the ascendancies when it's time to do them. I am happy to do them way later. This is a level 79, monster level 79 Trial of Sekima. I am 93 in this clip. Or 92 or 93, something along those lines. So I am way over leveled. But again, leveling doesn't really matter in PoE too much at some point. But just keep in mind, I don't mind waiting for this. And I waited. I waited to be an absolute goddamn god against bosses. And this is 2 days after I defeated the chest you just saw. So I was ready, mentally and build-wise. So, but one thing I didn't expect to happen, and I will skip a little bit ahead to that moment. I think this was actually, funny enough, a crash right there. But again, crashes don't matter, thankfully, right now. I think I choose the one that's the worst. Yeah, gain a random minor affliction when you venerate a Marketh shrine. I think this is the one I chose. Because I didn't want the less damage, and I also didn't want to see fewer ahead. This was a mistake, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Yes, so I chose this. I do this, which is really easy. Then I think I do this whole thing, go through here. Yeah. This is the easiest thing ever. And this is, I think, now... Where's the one moment? I think it might have... No. Because this would give me a minor affliction, which I, of course, didn't want to do. So yeah, this is, I think, where I healed myself, and this was bad. Because I never realized what venerating a Marketh shrine is, right? I still have Sanctum so deep in my mind, I'm still not used to this. I literally do not know what means. It's like I'm going through blind every single time. Can you read this? You have no evasion. I'm an Amazon build. I have 74% evasion. That is my core defense. I do have 42% block, or I think 44, 42 I think. Thank frick, by the way, I have block. But this now completely disabled my core defense. This goes on for 32 more minutes. And you know why? Because even if you have no defense, and your defense is evasion, the beauty of Trial of Sekhmet is enemies are slow. They deal low amount of damage. So even if you get hit, you usually don't insta-die, thankfully. You still have the honor system, and if you have a lot of honor resistance, it also doesn't matter as much. You can also get max honor. So there are so many systems in Trial of Sekhmet to help you out. Even if your core defense system, your core defense is literally disabled. And I did the whole mother freaking thing from like minute, I don't know, what was it, minute 5 or something, like right here. From minute 6 onwards to the very end. I did the entire gosh darn trial.
This battle is ours.
And won.
Duty.
Because at the end, number bigger is better.
Come, Taljali. I shall enact your fate.
This is with 0 evasion, by the way. But again, everything is balanced around being a little bit slower.
This only ends one way.
And dealing a little bit less damage. Because the developers know what the flying heck they were doing.
A temporary setback. The sands of time wait for no one. You're a small victory, but your war is not yet won. The sands tells Zali.
You can find all you like. Makes no odds to me.
And that's it. That was the fight. And that was the 4th ascendancy. With no evasion. On a build that uses evasion. It just works. So this is maybe the best example of why I like Trial of Sekima so much more than Trial of Chaos God. I like that they're both separate things and they're both separately balanced. But the beauty of Trial of Sekima is enemies are on average slower and deal less damage. At least that's how it feels like. So even getting hit doesn't matter if you have a squishier build. You most likely survive. You also have your honor resistance on top of that, which, of course, if you get hit too many times, you will get whittled down. But the enemies are also slower, so you can actually dodge stuff. In Trial of Chaos God, you have, like, big tornado bird, you know? Like, dodge that, bro. Have fun. So, yeah. That's why I really love Trial of Sekima and will always prefer it over everything else. Unless Act 4 Trial of the Ancestors comes, we'll see how that is going to play. But if it's heavily focused on single target damage, which my builds are really bad at, we're not doing that. So, but yeah. Yeah. Just wanted to know. Keep in mind, this was with 40% block, which is also worth a lot, right? But still, 70% evasion just snapped out of existence. Yeah, I was scared. Yeah, I was very scared doing this. From like 6 minutes onwards, I was like, oh my god. Like, I actually thought if one of these balls hits me or multiple balls hit me, like if it's not getting blocked and or evaded, I'm just 3 of those and I'm dead probably. But again, you can just, you know, dodge, right? It's just, everything is just, it's so well balanced. That's what I'm trying to say. It's so stupidly well balanced. I love this so much. I love it. I cannot explain it more. I love this so much. It's so stupidly well balanced. Bless GGG. Just bless GGG for really doing an amazing job in completely separating the balance between Trial of Sekima and, or maybe it's just one developer that did the whole balancing, let's be honest. But yeah, it's just so stupidly well done. Okay, let's not do another mire. No, actually, we can focus on maybe getting the... Let's actually focus on the... I know there is one up here. Oh, there it is, yes. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the towers and I'm just gonna go straight for these, right? Let's just go straight for them. Let's just ignore everything else. Let's actually try to get the... Do I have one? No, I only have this. Oh! Gamble. Damn it. This is now the 700th Orb of Chance that didn't work. I'm joking, by the way. It's probably the 40th, though. Dude. Gamble bad. That's what this means. Boop, boop. Exalted Orb. Ooh. Oh, was this... Hold up. Let me check the... Thank you, by the way. Hehe. Are those guys? No, I think those enemies just explode, right? Or maybe this was an after effect. I did have one really weird bug where one rare mob explodes the corpses nearby. And when I died from one of those explosions that literally happened underneath my feet instantaneously, I was like, oh man, this is one of those weird bugs. Well, okay, well, sucks. Let's go back in. And the moment I was underneath a corpse and close to, I think, the rare mob, I insta-died again. That happened 2 more times. I then left the map. So yeah, that is a really bad bug. But again, I had also the option to just leave the map. So yeah, I don't have to like walk in 6 more times and lose more experience. But yeah. I mean, I could have walked back in 6 more times and lose experience, but you know, I kind of don't. Kind of don't want to. But it is a weird bug. This is actually the first time I experienced it. I usually only saw it from Reddit, like a few clips of that. But yeah, this time I experienced it myself. Do be like this. Did I get slowed? Also, my regex for maps is incredibly strict. If you were wondering, it's stupidly strict. It's like any extra damage as something I don't run. Elemental weakness I don't run. I think all curses I don't run. Any ground effect I don't run. And I think also monster ailment threshold and stun threshold I also don't run. So yeah, it's really strict, because it's just annoying, right? Or annoying. I could probably run it if I maybe would deal way less damage and have way more defense, but yeah, it's just if I have the option to just say no. Because thankfully, the game does drop way more tier 15 maps. Like, I have so many tier 15 maps. If I wouldn't be strict with my filter and I would just say I run everything, I don't even know what to do with all my tier 15 maps. Like, I can't run all of them. Like, I have so many of them. Like, I would run all of them and then I come out with twice as many and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna run those and now I double my... Like, it's just... It never ends. So thankfully, there are so many maps dropping and I can just be quite strict with what I run. Oh, hello. So one thing that I also don't like is now even if it tells us, yo, you can actually go to the boss now, isn't that cool? I'm like, yeah, but where is the boss? You know, I can't see the boss, so that doesn't really help. A little bit of a... I mean, I understand why they don't want you to just be able to teleport straight to the boss. So they only allow you to teleport where you already... Or, like, what you have already discovered. But it's also, like... Again, it's, like, it's halfway there where I'm like, yeah, okay, this is good. I don't know. So, It's gonna be interesting how this develops. It's cool that we can see the rare mobs now, but... I don't know if I'm, like, super happy with it. Okay, nothing. Oh, it's over there. Right. I mean, we can see the final boss, but I'm sometimes... Well, it might also only be in certain areas. I feel like the hidden grotto is pretty bad in the sense of that... You sometimes really can't see the boss. Like, I'm blind. Or it's really far away. So, for example, I barely missed that checkpoint, but I had to, like, walk over a third of the map again. You know what I mean? So, maybe it's a checkpoint problem, to be honest. Or, maybe it's more that the checkpoint of the boss needs to be, like, pulled out further, that you can more easily click it or activate it. So, this is a little bit of a weird boss. Like the hitbox of the... a massive spear. The hitbox sometimes doesn't really work with the storm lance. Sorry, the storm lance right here. It feels like it's... I don't know. I like it here. Font of Power. Sell that. So what does the person want? I think I also have this one here. I think I'm not gonna sell this one. You know why? This one could be... Holy heck, it's buggy as hell right now. Yeah, this does give me quite a bit more damage. Not actually that... Damn, it's actually not that much damage. Kind of crazy if you think about it. Probably doesn't give me that much damage because this just gives me a lot of accuracy rating, which is really good for this. F-Sucker, let's go. So you can have my... Do I have another? Nope. So we can instantly go over there. Oh, isn't that Jamanra? I think that is Jamanra. Is it Jamanra or Jamanra? I have to actually look this up how Asala talks about him. Because I'm I'm actually working on a video. I didn't want to. I mean, I thought of the video maybe like second week of April, and Neversink had a tweet or made a post about what was it? Like quickly leveling a new character and options or alternatives to it. And I really didn't like what he mentions. I found it an incredibly bad idea. And I replied to him. And you know, the whole skip story, skip campaign, that topic comes up every single time. And I actually want to make a video, again, me going against the grain and getting probably a fraction of the views I could get. But, you know, quality over content. Quality over quantity. So, I will make a video, or I'm working on a video that is going to be roughly titled "In Defense of the Story" in Path of Exile 2, or something along the lines. Maybe I'm also gonna change, instead of story, I'm gonna say something along the lines of campaign. You know, in defense of a campaign in an ARPG, maybe. But I also don't want to go like ARPG because I don't know many ARPGs. So I can't really speak about every RPG, but it's I think mostly done. I went out today with my mom, going for lunch, so I haven't really worked on the video today. But I'll probably work on the video a little bit more after the stream, go over the script one more time, and then see how it goes. Yeah, good boss. Seriously, since I have my last ascendancy, I'm like, this is a disgusting amount of damage. It's just like, what's happening, bro? Yeah, it's pretty insane. Hi guys. Thanks. But yeah, the video is, I don't know when I'm gonna make the video. I don't want to like over edit it or something. I just really want to kind of just get it out, because again, I think there's so many interesting topics that I really want to throw into the community, and the more interesting and the more nuanced I think my takes are, the long term, the better it is. Just more and more people might realize, hey, you know, this guy actually has something to say. Let's listen. Long term. But also, I also try to maybe be a different voice to everything else that is being said. And kind of give nuance where people might not have nuance, because they're just like so emotional, so they just turn on the camera, don't even edit their videos, which is fair, but still. So they just start rambling for 20 minutes and upload it. And I kind of want to be the opposite of like, okay, let's actually think about this. Let's think about the nuance. Let's think about the alternatives. Let's script this out. Let's give it 1, 2, 3 days, and let's cook it. As in cooking, as in I let it cook in here before I actually put it out into the world. Yeah, that's just. But that's just. I can do that because I don't care if I make $30 off a YouTube video, because you know I have a full-time job, so I can take longer when it comes to making a video. I don't have to make it today. But of course, it's also a shame if someone has to just make a quick video, not even edit it, and just pushes out like a quick video just because, well, I want my $30 for my video, bro. Better have the $30 now than actually make quality content. It's like, I don't know if that's a doesn't. I personally wouldn't want to do that, to be honest. But again, I have a full-time job, so I think that's... So I can use that to my advantage. You know, someone else who doesn't have a full-time job and that is their full-time job to make content, then you might need to push out the video a little bit faster. That's fair. Maybe you can make a follow-up video or have a pinned comment and be like, well, I was wrong in that and that and this sense. I'm very sorry about this. In the future, I'll... you work on it faster or more focused or now you realize you have to ask yourself once or twice throughout making that video, wait, actually, is that good or is this correct? You have to kind of like look it up, because it probably takes you about a minute to maybe check things. I think even myself, when I write something as a script, I'm sometimes just like, who cares, right? But then I'm like, man, it takes 5 seconds to look into the wiki on what the heck the item actually does. It's like, okay, let me look it up. And then I realized, oh, I was a little bit off. So, especially when it comes to like League launches. Like, I have no idea when a League launched, and I'm not gonna say, yeah, somewhere in early 2023 when it was actually in summer, right? It takes 5 seconds to look up when the League came out. Like, actually. I understand the wiki is actually a little bit strange. I really don't like the PoE2 wiki is great, and I love that it exists, but the free wiki template they're using, I absolutely despise it sometimes. It is really bad. It's kind of bad for a user, and it's even worse as someone who wants to add something to the wiki. I tried, I gave up. I literally gave up. It's so bad. It's like 2005 WordPress. You're like, nah, just get me out of here, bro. It's so bad. God. But to be honest, I'm also someone who's not in CMS. I think it's CMS, right? Content management system. Yeah, I think Typo 3 and WordPress are CMSs. I'm not a CMS kind of guy. That's like the last thing I want to work with. Truly last thing. Yo, let's choose some what? Boop. Yeah, so about this Myriad Wisp loot, yeah, this is one of those moments where it's like, bro, I didn't get a single, like, where's my loot? To be fair, I have a very strict filter. Keep that in mind. Like, if you're wondering why do you not see any loot, because my filter is stupidly strict. It's like an uber strict filter made stricter. Like, I'm not even joking. That's what my filter is. Might be a mistake, to be fair. But right now, I'm like, do I really need do I really need to pick up every transmute? No. One thing I still hope for, I mean, I mentioned this in 0.1. I hope this can be done. Man, I wish I had like one heckin' interview with Jonathan. My questions would be way different, but I hope they can add some way to differentiate, for Neversink at least, or even filter creators, to differentiate from a rare drop and a tiered rare drop. If we can differentiate from this, please, I beg you, because I would definitely love to see all the tier 4 and tier 5 drops. But I don't care about the basic rare drop. But currently, I think there is no... I don't think you can differentiate from this. At least from a filter level. Yo! Yo, we got the gamble box. Finally, man. Bro, I have been gaming for so long. I have 4.4 million gold. Boys, it's happening today. It is happening. If I don't get a Divine Orb, I swear to God... Ooh, it's gonna be big. Sir, thanks. Boys, it's time to gamble. Gamble, 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 gamble. Let's go. Let's all pray to Orange Jesus. Frick. Okay, let's continue praying, guys. Continue. You're praying, right? Yeah, thank God. Yeah, let's go. See, your prayer was answered. Continue praying. More chat. Go, go, go. Pray harder. Pray. You gotta pray a little bit harder. No, no, harder, chat. Just pray harder. For Christ's sake, chat. At least we got a Regal Orb, so that's good. How much is that? How much is that? 18! Rip that price, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it for 19. Maybe someone gets it. Still good. Still good. Spiderwoods. That's, I think, connected over here. So we got this, that, this. That's nice. What the heck does it? What the heck does a tier 14 map do? What the heck? Ew! By the way, am I still seeing tier 14 maps? I think I do. I might need to take them off the filter. Oh, I actually might see the tier 40 map because it's corrupted. Dude, I have barely been to this map twice, I think. This league. The Spiderwoods, it's such a... some maps are incredibly rare. Anyone else? Like... God, there was one map that I found actually quite... Not the Riverside. There was... I don't know what map it was again. I can barely remember. But sometimes I remember... Oh yeah, there was this one map.
Oh, no advertisements?
And it's just... I think I haven't seen it this league. Maybe it's just incredibly rare, or maybe they just turned it off because there was maybe a performance issue and they were like, all right, let's just remove it for now. That's fine. At least Xenotes or Xenotes is still in the game. Oh, such a beautiful map. Xenotes and Riverside is also pretty. Penitentiary, which is I think around the Count Geonor fight. That is also a really beautiful map. There's that. Yeah, strongboxes are also kind of strange. I feel like sometimes I shouldn't do them. Maybe I shouldn't do them when they aren't rare. I mean, of course I can craft them, but I'm not gonna like... I already have a bunch of currency orbs in my inventory. That's already more than I want. I don't want to like also have Scroll of Wisdom with me and stuff. Goes a bit too much. Is that the boss? That should be the boss, right? Hello. Hi! There was a boss, boys. Lamau. Seriously, after the Ascendancy, when you get 50% more damage on enemies with an open weakness, it's ridiculous. I was like, really? This is actually the true damage this build can have? I already felt pretty strong before, but this is like, this that. Okay, that Devourer spawned literally in front of my spear. That was his own fault. I didn't want to kill him. He spawned in front of my spear. He just tried to save the crab and just jumped in front of it. That's not on me. That's not on me. No. That's not my fault. I mean... In court. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear anything about that. What's the Devourer's fault? You know what I'm saying? But Daniel, it's your spear. Yeah, but he jumped in front of it. No. I'm not at fault here. And also, to be honest, who cares about the Devourer? Let's be honest. Actually, all Devourers should die because they killed CGD's hardcore character like years ago. So all Devourers kind of deserve to die. I'm just saying, you know, hot take. The enemy in a video game. Don't clip that. Just this out of context is just a bit. See the next one. Boom, gone. Didn't deserve. Let's talk about coffee, guys. I bought a new coffee. The new coffee is does not deserve to die. Just FYI, it's good. It's one of the rare coffees. Okay, I'm one of the guys that don't like bitter coffee or sour coffee, but that coffee do be hitting good. That coffee do be slapping, do be pogging. What do kids say nowadays? Do be. Wait, isn't Doobie the new VTuber from Ame? HoloLive enjoyers are like, yo, let's go. Yo, we popping. Man. Man. Is it Gooby or Doobie? I think it's Doobie. I think it's Doobie 3D. Bless Ame. Where were we? Coffee. Coffee, exactly. Coffee. I like coffee. You like coffee. We all love coffee. If not, if you're in your browser, do Control, do Alt F4. I'm kidding. Please do. So, recurve bow. What the heck is that? Interesting. Looks like from one of the tribe guys. But yeah, new coffee I got. Pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. Not bitter, not sour. Really smooth. Surprised. This is one of the rare coffees I can actually drink black. I'm not a coffee drinker that drinks black coffee at all. Like, I literally cannot drink that stuff. That one, though, I can. That one I can. That's very rare for me. So, good coffee. I like that. And funny enough, it's not from a like a coffee place or coffee shop or their special blend or something. No, it's just actually, it is a blend technically, but it's from the bouldering company. So they just have their own coffee. They, I guess, made their blend with a certain company that roasts coffees. And they're selling that package to, like, I think 250 grams. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna buy one. You know, why not? Let's just try it out. It's good. I didn't expect it to be this good, but it's a good coffee. Happy about that, yeah. Sometimes difficult finding a good coffee. I'm not addicted to coffee, though. Listen, I can stop coffee drinking whenever. Just not right now. Same with Path of Exile 2. I can stop playing whenever I want. But not right now. On the other side, I was very close playing another... I mean, it's such a short game. It's just half a weekend for me, not even a third of a weekend. Is jumping into another run of mini-shoot adventure. Just for the fun of it. I did. But yesterday at like midnight, I'm like... Should I jump in real quick? Just a little bit, you know, just a quick run. Is that how speedrunners get addicted to speedrunning? Just one more run, bro. Just one more run. Also, do you realize how I go through the map like an absolute dumbass, and now I kind of missed half the entire map? Yeah. So this whole, oh, you can see the rares doesn't really help me if you're. This feature is really good if you don't have ADHD. If you do have ADHD, it's really bad. It really doesn't matter. Made by someone who clearly doesn't have ADHD. So, yeah. Bad for me. Whoop. More waystones. So I guess I'll go over here and then go over to the breach. Even though the breach is probably not as important. I don't know. I thought about not even going for breaches anymore. I could maybe do... Well, I might try one more thing this league where I go a little bit more on Delirium. The thing is, the reason why I didn't do Delirium in 0.1 is because me bad. Brutally honest. Me bad, build bad, me no do damage, then enemies me die, and then me bad. Can't talk anymore. So, I just died. I literally just died during the simulacrums, and thus I can't get the upgrade to make simulacrums or delirium mirrors better, stronger, whatever, in maps, and thus I had to choose Breach, because it was literally the only content I could do. Well, this and Ritual, technically. I probably also could do Expedition, but no. And also Ritual, no. But if they really balance around or making Simulacrum easier, I'll think about it. I'll think about maybe going more on Delirium and Maybe I'll move away from Breach. I mean, I don't mind picking up some splinters, but it does get a little bit tedious. And Delirium drops it in one big stack, so it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. A quick question. Okay, hold up, give me... Oh yeah, oh my god, I have to actually craft this, right? I have Exalt. I want this. There you go. Then I need... Did that do anything? No? Cool. Pogger, so this was a waste. Good. Next! Lamau. What do you mean I don't have enough? Oh my god, I don't have enough space! Give me a second. 10. 10 alchemy orbs or... Now you know what? 10 alks. I want my 10 alks because then I don't need to buy alchemy orbs because I'm probably going to use way more alchemy orbs in the future. Because I started using transmute and augmentation on my maps, but now that I'm tier 15 and get actually good amount of currency, I just alchemy slam all my maps and that's it, and throw the rest away. I don't care. So yeah, maybe that's probably the way to go. Yeah. How much is that, by the way? 9 splinters for 10 exalts. No, 9 exalts for 10 splinters. What? No. Really? Damn. Okay, I didn't expect that. That a splinter is 1x each. Jesus. Okay. Boop. So I got one. What do you mean it's 36? No, I want to sell it for 38. Buy it from me. Do it. I dare you to give me 2 more exalts. Okay, that was fast. Okay, that was fast. Elevated. Is that worth a lot? 10 chaos. 10 chaos! What? 20x. Okay. Okay, 20 exalts. Wait, how much is a... I have exalts. I want... 1 to 1.8. So if they give me 10 alchemy orbs, it would be nearly 20x. It's fine with me. Roughly. I could probably offer, like, kind of want more, but it's fine. This one. So I guess they all want the... Wait, is that the one? Oh, you want a different one. Oh, you want the essence one. Huh. Okay, and you also... Wait, what? Okay, I guess it's worth it for them to do that. Huh. All right. I mean, yeah, if you want to farm essences, you gotta get all the tablets that have all the essence nodes. That makes sense. Oh my god, there are even more people. Oh yeah, technically I need all the boss things for myself. That's a good point. Haha, yeah. Hold up. I must say dot is fun as hell. Oh no, I turned on global chat. Whoopsie, my bad. My mistake. Overseer, yeah, I need to grab every single one of those myself. I'm just gonna slap them in here for now. we go. And technically all the... You know, let me just do it too. You know what? Actually, at this point, if they buy it for 20 alchemy orbs, I'ma still sell it. I don't care. I'm not that... Oh my god, a max rolled increased rarity on a breach. Like, I really don't care. Like, that's... I know that the min-maxers love that, but that's not just who I am. You know, I really don't care too much about that. And to be honest... Fabgun, bless him, and his guides and everything, but it's kind of funny how he's like, yo, I only gonna return in 0.3 when I think towers are removed and all that. And he's like, if you, I think you read his explanation why he stops playing PoE 2 this league or expansion, is because he's like, the 0.1% of mega juicers, and they don't like the system right now. Like, it's really like a 0.1% issue, which is fine, but it was also kind of funny to read. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, you know. But it was also, I think, a very specific, like, not only specific for the mega juicers, but also like just a subjective problem he has that I also didn't have. So it was kind of interesting to read. But maybe it's because I am not one of those mega juicers, right? I really don't care about this. Oh my god, yeah, I gotta like get those tablets with those modifiers, and it's all, and if I don't have this and this, and they need to all overlap, and then if it's this map, I'm gonna bust the fat one. I don't really care. I really don't care. It's just like, you know, does the tablet have increased rarity or increased quantity? I'ma use it. That's it. That's pretty much the maximum of how juicy I get. Oh, game crashed again, boys. By the way, this is DX12, and I do have the crash report open now. I hope it works, so GGG can maybe learn from why it crashes. But again, they are smart developers now. Bless their heart. Boom, and we're back in the game. Also, hello. What are these visuals? Oh my god. I mean, that's kind of looks a little bit off because this is like super low res a little bit. Kind of funny. But this is... I never saw this area with water. What the heck? This is gorgeous. Holy. This is a gorgeous area. I know this is the Keth area just changed, but good lord. The water just really adds to it. I mean, it's also called Channel, so it's, you know, the channel map. Yo, Channel from PoE 1 is alive! We might actually get a new Toxic Sewer. I can see that they re-add Toxic Sewer. Oh, hello. Godspeed, sir. Godspeed. Thank you. Anything else? No? Okay, goodbye. Oh, interesting. It goes like in a circle. I love that. I would love a lot more maps that just go in a circle. I would love that a lot more. I think that this might even solve... This might... Like, if the middle of the map is the boss area that then loops back around into the other part of the... Then it's, I think, good. If it doesn't loop around, then it's bad. Similar to, I think, Meyer has, like, this little side area where the boss is. I think that's just more annoying than it has to be. Where's my delirium loot? Let's go! Do we have another, like... A single bird! Oh my lord. Wait, I want to see this without. God damn it, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. That's actually, because I'm a very visual guy, that's kind of what also makes me want to come back to PoE 2 more often. No, it's just a visual. It's so good. It's so clean. So good. Yo, fun activated, boys. Acceleration. Wee. We zoom in now. This is so fast. How much movement speed do I have, by the way, right now? 99. Yeah, with onslaught, yeah. Holy. Yo, we zooming. This is actually a bit too fast. Okay, well, without the minimap, of course, you can read a little bit more. But it's also very dark. So, that also makes up. God damn, it's a beautiful area. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, is that a gorgeous area. God damn it. Like, I love the water. I love the red. I also love how the sun just comes from the top right here, just shines through. It's just, God damn it. That's the mega strength, I think, that PoE 2 has, that no other game has. Or actually, no, I think there is no other game like PoE 2 because it has... Because every area is randomly generated, which is insane if you think about it. Because there are many beautiful areas in many other games, and bless the artists that worked on it, but you cannot have a billion areas, right? They are the way they are, and that's fine, but you can't make it look this good and slightly different every single time, because it takes just an ungodly amount for every artist to do. So if you're randomly generated, it's just such a... It can look like this, and then the next time you go through it looks a little bit different. It's just such a strength of PoE 1 and 2. And now, of course, with an ungodly amount of work from the artist to make it like look this high quality, look this clean and everything. Ignore the insane pop-ins. Don't worry about them. they'll be fixed. By the way, what is that area? Headland. Oh, I know Headland. Yeah, Headland is actually... I would actually say Headland is similar to the new gardens from Act 8. Similar to the garden area, right? It's like kind of on top of something and you go like... yeah. Kind of similar to that. Just better. Good. Copper Citadel. Monsters take reduced damage. No. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a juicy map. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Tier 15. Heart of Corruption. Born of Copper. Let's see if I can actually defeat the boss. That has... Oh my lord, that has 3 charm slots. I don't have a Chaos Orb. I'm gonna slap this in for 5. Well, if somebody wants it. Pretty good. Oh, by the way, did someone mention something? Double buy. Okay. You've been ignored by the target player. Brother! Yeah, I think some people just ignore other people because of if you don't respond, they're like, oh, just screw this guy. That's fair, but also, I don't think anyone actually responds to everything immediately because, you know, you're in the map, you want to grind the map, you're focused on the map. You might be in the middle of a boss that takes you 7 minutes because your build isn't like a meta build, so it takes you way longer. Clean kill. Oh, goodbye. This is a beautiful area for Lightning Spear. Because everything is so open, you just hit one enemy and it spreads throughout half the area. See what I mean? It's crazy. Hello? Sir? Sir? Sir, I wanna go! Hello, sir. That checkpoint cog blocked me, man. Yeah, it's a very, very narrow area. Do you actually want to hear the music? Let's actually listen to the music. Let's listen to the music, you know. Hey! Holy! You're dead, bro! Whoa. I like how it throws you off the roll. Godspeed.
This is not over. Not.
Ooh, we got 2. Thank you. We got a few tiered items. Yeah, I'm a bit strong. I'm sorry if you expected like a really crazy, sick-ass long fight. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
If you come, I am unshackled, and the world shifts.
Razel, which is the guy that talks to you when you have this map device, by the way. I'm 90% sure that's the same voice actor that is the final boss in the Trial of Sekima. Pretty sure they reused the voice actor. Sounds very similar. Which is fine. Alright, well. Good fight, good fight. I like it. Yep. Actually cool that I get 2. So I can sell one and save the other for the final boss. Yeah. Cool. Wait. You wanted this. Oh, a Chronomancer. Actually love the blue eyes. That's cool. Chronomancer just looks sick. I actually just said 10 alchemy orbs, but this is 10 alks, 20 exalts. It's roughly the same, thanks. You know, that's totally fine. It technically says 20 alks. No, wait, it says 20 alks. I got scammed. Oh, man. Scammerinoed once again. Oh my god. Gonna sell this one. This one I don't need. What does the guy? What does the person want? I blacked out for a second. What happens? So many people are messaging me right now. Maybe it's because it's Easter weekend and Sunday, and way more people are active. Because I think the last few days I was like, I'm waiting for some trades. Nothing's happening. Maybe I'm like also over. Maybe I need to drop the prices. But it feels like, dude, that is such a good shield. Look at this shield and tell me this is not worth more than 15x. I mean, I don't know, bro. 15 exalts, like you literally farm for like 3 areas and you have that. Okay, maybe not 3, but still, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. 15x or 20 exalts and no one messaged me. I'm like, really? So, guess I'll drop the price. And for those few items that are 3C right now, I don't know, guess I'll just sell them. There you go, let's do 50 exalts here. Gonna move this one up. Let's do 30. Move this one up to 20. There we go. The rest I'll just sell. Just boop. Oh, actually, should I sell it normally? I should probably sell it normally. Yeah, just get my gold. Actually, the gold doesn't really matter nowadays. Should I? No, I'm just gonna sell it normally. Oh, right! I forgot! They added this, right? Oh my god. Dude, I completely forgot. You actually see what's rare and magic now. Oh my lord. I mean, it's still not as easy as this, to be honest. But for controller people that can't quickly type sentences, words, phrases, I mean, you don't need to like write. This is not ChatGPT. Don't write. You can't write like, please give me boots with 30% movement. Like, this is not an LLM, right? But imagine this is possible. Oh my god. Okay, bro, this is like
Really?
this would be
Ads
like,
right in front of my salad?
yeah, it's more ads. Apparently. Imagine there would be an ARPG that comes out nowadays with that feature where you can talk to it and say, make me an item with this. And it figures out the modifiers you mentioned. You see the item and say, yes, make me this item. And it just crafts it in the background. And it just automatically absorbs all your currency. Just gold, this, that, whatever billion currencies you have, it just absorbs it automatically to make the item. I mean, I'm pretty... Mark my words, people want that. 1,000,000,000%. But to make that actually good, you probably would have to... It would have to be insanely expensive. Like, stupidly expensive. If you can literally type in, please make me a god tier item, thank you very much, you know, yes please, and it just like absorbs your currency and gold and whatnot, it would have to like either you make it yourself for like 3 times the actual investment if you just RNG your way to it, or it just breaks the economy. Sure, there you go. Boop. So apparently this is not selling with me. Yeah, I'm gonna just sell it instantly right now. You know, I want my money now. I want it now. Oh my god, a divine is now 100. Okay, we're going up again, boys. Wait, that's bad though. Well, on the other side, is that bad? I mean, it is kind of bad because you have to farm way more exalted orbs to get to 1 divine to actually buy an upgrade. So yeah, it's kind of bad. Okay. Might have a lot of regal orbs. Sweet. Is there anything in the surrounding area? I feel like there was one thing in the area at some point, but again, I can't find it. Lamau. That's the. You can't also like right click. You have to right click an area. So in the future, I have to just right click anything that is somewhat close to a citadel. I also lost like 3 citadels already in this. On my atlas. Because I'm bad, guys. I'm just bad. I'm a bad video gamer. Oh, there's one. Right. That's the one. But that's the only one, right? Yeah. Okay. Holy mother of God, that is far away. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're gonna be here for a while. But wait, that's blue now. That's Count Geonor. Dude, I haven't even found one Val area. Whoa. Okay, well. Time to play some... Time to video game. On the other side, I can also buy the last... I don't mind buying the last. We're gonna get this one. Oh no, this is a... Oh my god, why am I opening a chilled ground area? Why am I doing this to myself? I will buy the last fragment potentially. Yeah, we can do that. I will get to Count Geonor. Hopefully don't die, because he can one-shot me with 1 attack, to be fair. And then we're gonna try the final boss. So I can just use my, like, one divine or whatever. But it's kind of interesting. So one of these things costs about one divine. Or you get about one divine per fragment. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Good to know. Yeah, there's this boss. Hello. That was too early. Never mind. Godspeed, sir. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Good fight. Good fight, guys. Oh, yo, we got some music. Let's go. The music was like, okay, now I'm playing again. You finished one boss. Here you go. You're rewarded with some music. Hot take. Crypt is probably the best map now. I just love how wide it is. I know. The girthiness is just it's just right, the girthiness. Am I right? Am I right, gamers? Please say yes. Let's all be honest, you know. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. No, but really, Crypt has been. I feel like Crypt has had the best change from 0.1. I think it's one of those maps that just got purely better, just drastically better. It kind of makes no sense because a Crypt wouldn't be this wide, but again, that's the thing with lore, right? It kind of needs to make sense lore-wise. You can't just. It's way more than just like area with monsters. It's so much more. Which I am, by the way, going into in depth in the video where I say in defense of the story. Like I am going in depth about that. Not like in depth, but in depth from a gay perspective. In depth from a gameplay perspective, because I'm not a developer, so I can't say anything about that. Oh my god, look at all the splinters. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, never mind. What do you mean completed? There's one more rare. See what I mean? Like, I still miss rares. Like, I cannot see them. That might be because I also have the map really zoomed out. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I really should have it zoomed out. I could try that. Hello? Don't you dare follow me. Maybe I have to zoom it in more. I mean, I like zooming it out, right? Because if you zoom it in this much, maybe this is better. This feels really strange now. I don't know, but maybe it's better. Who knows? Oh yeah, this does look. Oh my god, this looks real bad. Getting so many messages right now. Not directly, but just in a group. Doesn't this feel strange now? The map is like this zoomed in. But I mean, I can definitely notice the big ass. Oh yeah, you know what would be good if we could maybe change how big the icons are. That could be another interface option. That might be missing. It's not that the map is zoomed out. It's a thing that the icons aren't big enough. I mean, they fit the size of the map. But maybe you just want it slightly bigger, slightly smaller. Oh, hello. Yeah, maybe that's missing. But yeah, for now I can maybe zoom in the map a bit more. Yeah, thank God I don't have damage, huh? Jesus. Yeah, that is one unique map that's strange. Like, it never has good loot. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just got unlucky. But yeah, that strongbox has just like, I guess. But to be honest, compared to the gamble strongbox, every strongbox looks bad. It's like, you know, it's so good. That one developer that worked on it cooked real well. Dude, you're going in the exact opposite direction of, you know, where I want you to. Thank you. I gotta be a bit careful sometimes with all the on-screen effects. Or on-screen, you know, they just have like an effect of they explode in fire or something. And I have to be really, really careful with that. Because they do damage. And I am, to be fair, I am a glass cannon. This is a total glass cannon build. So, well, not total glass cannon. It's not like an enemy, you know, breathes at me and I'm dead. But, gotta be careful. Gotta be a bit careful. I mean, it's not the first time that I died today on stream. Well, I think I only had 1 or 2 deaths, something along those lines. It's not that much, guys. The hardcore characters, pathetic. Yeah, okay, don't, you know, see, nah. Everything else is right, guys. Oh, double exalt, nice. Yeah, actually, those lightning strikes do hurt a lot. I ignore them a bit, yeah. Oh my god! Dude, I got mega stunned by them. Holy! Oh, it's... Is it those lightning strikes? No, I think the strongbox itself also had lightning strikes. So I got lightning strikes from both sides. Damn. Yeah, that was rough. Okay. Oop. I love it. Seriously, there's just nothing as... And it's difficult to compare it sometimes with other games, but it's just so satisfying having a strong build in PoE 2. Or in PoE in general. Sure, it's also fun in other games, like maybe Terraria having a strong build. But it's just, it's something different in PoE 2, because I think you just start off way weaker. I don't know, like, Terraria is also quite similar. Like, you also start very slow. It's just like... That's why... It's I'm pretty sure Terraria also has the same issue where people always want, like, okay, I need wings at like level 1 right now, or else the game sucks, right? It's kind of the same issue that PoE 2 players have, where yeah, it only starts at the end game, because only then I'm fast and strong. It's like, yeah, but the point is to become that. It's not to start the game as that. I definitely want to get to that tower. I think that makes the most sense. Down over there. Makes most. I think that makes sense. Crown of the Pale King. A lightless world, a silent rain. 2 sightless eyes feed on your pain. Nice. Crown of the Pale King. Isn't that the unique you need for the Thorn build that Mathil did, right? Thorns can retaliate against all hits. So that's the one you need, right? I think. And maybe I can even... maybe I can craft that. Who knows? There we go. And... Boop. One Divine! Cool. No one's gonna buy that for 1 divine. Ain't no way. I mean, I can try, but... Oh, it also has 2 slots open. Oh, that's nice. Who knows? Maybe someone will buy it for 1 divine. If someone does, sweet. If not, wouldn't be surprised. Those enemies feel extremely weak. What the heck is happening right now? Feels like those enemies are at like a third of their health. Maybe they also just have no defense modifiers, and most of my other maps had defense modifiers. But yeah, this is like literally my damage, usually. Like, to see how disgusting Fork is, it's just insane. Insane. I did think about playing the Thorns build, though. But it just doesn't look smooth. It really doesn't look good. I would never want to just walk into a pack, get hit, and then move on. It's just... I don't know. Never would want that as a build. Like, I think the beauty is that I can run and shoot and enemies are gone. That is the beauty. Or at least that's the type of builds I want. Wisp, please move on. Thank you. Hi, bear. Boop. Boop. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. It's a big tee-hee build. Oh, we got another crash with the X12. Again, don't click the game. Put your hands away. The game will fix itself. Just give it some time. In the meantime, stay hydrated, gamers. Oh, wow, that was a fast fix. Ah, we gotta pause the game. And by the way, if you don't want these crashes and it annoys you, the fix is go back to an older driver. Go back to the driver from, I think, if you have an NVIDIA GPU, of course, because this is an NVIDIA problem. Because NVIDIA good, not NVIDIA bad. I know Shaggy always says NVIDIA bad, but it's wrong. He's objectively wrong. No, memes aside, if you go back to the driver from December, you should be fine. You should be fine. Or you just, you know, don't touch the video game and it fixes itself. So it's a beauty. Thank God they added this. Hey, let's go. And that was interesting. Sometimes there is a weird issue where the forks of the lightning spear beams or whatever fork, but they don't do damage. Like, I can see the animation hitting the enemy, but it doesn't do damage. I don't know what that bug is. Just doesn't calculate it, or maybe you're just too far away. I don't know. Oh god. So we actually finished the entire map alone. Oh. Ah! And you have to react fast if you're in there. Such a sick-ass strongbox. I love how they just spawn out of all the blood. Just like this massive mass of monsters. This massive mass of monsters is a good way of saying it. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. Like, just the horde of monsters just coming out of the blood. Just, oh, looks so good. That was a map. Was it this map? 5 minutes? 4 minutes. We zoom in, boys. We zoom in. Boom. Next one. Nope, not this one. Good lord, no. There you go. But yeah, if you have these crashes and you use the X12, really the only thing you really need to do is the only thing you really need to do is to just leave the game alone. It will try to fix itself. Not always, but to 99% for me, it always fixed itself. Oh, this is corrupted. Ooh, that's bad. And yeah, then you can just continue gaming. That's the beauty. Yeah, Forge is also a really pretty map. Actually, no, you know what Forge is missing? I think it's missing a little bit of that global illumination, which is... I think they wanted to have the upper part very dark, but this also makes it kind of look boring because you know everything is downstairs. It's very dark downstairs, light upstairs because the light is the lava of the light and everything down at the bottom. But it's just kind of doesn't feel like it's enough. Maybe. Nope. I saw it coming. I knew it. I actually knew it. I expected it. Literally walking over a bunch of corpses, the worst thing you can do. And I knew this would be my death. I felt it. I felt it in my bones. Yeah, that's one issue I actually have with the Wisps. You kind of have to move really weirdly. It is a little bit of the same issue we had with Sentinels, where Sentinels, like, before you even pressed the Sentinel, enemies were already dead, right? If you were a Headhunter build back then. I mean, even now. It's just like, bro, there are no enemies with Sentinel, because they are dead, bro. It's not as bad as with some Sentinels. I think the blue Sentinel is fine, the Pandemonium one, because it, like, chains between multiple ones. But, like, by the way, Sentinel as in PoE 1, which are, you can pick up and use, and they juice up. Very similar. I think it's pretty much similar to the Wisps. Very similar. I think they literally reused the code, because they're also similarly colored. Same with the Wisps, which also have color. But yeah, overall, it's just some Sentinels you had to kind of activate, and then they just attack enemies and juice them up, and then you can kill them. But the problem is, if you're strong enough, you just shoot into a mob paxi, everything is dead. How many of those mobs could I have realistically juiced up with Wisp? 3, maybe max. Like, it's kind of bad, right? So it's difficult. It's kind of difficult. I hope they can maybe fix Wisps. Maybe have them have an ungodly amount of range. Who knows? But yeah, something needs to be done there. Yup. Very good. More splinters. No, dude, is my D button again? Bro, I am so close. I am so I don't want to. I really don't want to do it, but I'm... This keyboard is my goddamn nemesis. Seriously, if they're gonna sponsor me, I'm gonna write back a brutally honest review to them. I don't want to, like, throw them under the bus, but my god, the company Akko, or I think it's Akko. Wait, is it Akko? Yeah, AKKO, literally is the worst keyboard I have ever used in my entire life. It's not awful. But if a... Hello? Map completed? Oh, this is not linked. Oh, is this linked up here? Oh, okay. Might be. Oh, Grimhaven. This is a very rare map. Not like they make god-awful things, but it's just that, man, their keyboard is one of those things that I will not and cannot recommend. It's impossible to me. Because it's bad. It's really bad. So many switches constantly die. I think the wireless thingy didn't even properly work on Windows 11. It's just like, for $100 keyboard where switches constantly die, you can literally get $100 keyboard of a different company, of one of the bigger ones like Corsair, SteelSeries, Logitech, and you should be good. You should be good for, like, half an eternity for those. This keyboard, I bought it, and literally a few days later, a switch already died, and then another, and then another. And I think I also have to switch another 2-3 switches again. And I had to buy switches because the ones they gave me, I already used up those 5 or 8 or 10. It's real bad. It's real bad. I cannot recommend this keyboard. The Akko keyboard, I'm sorry. It's like, maybe I got mega unlucky. Nice. It's a second Divine Orb, like, in a row. Yo, can we keep this up, boys? Yo, can I get another Divine Orb? Let's go. A third one, by the way. But yeah. And I really don't wanna, like, I don't like buying another thing and another thing and another thing. I really hate like this hyper consumerism sometimes. I mean, it's not too, like, if I need it, I need it, right? If the thing I bought does not work and I need it, then it's not consumerism. Well, anyways, not to go too in depth because I'm not smart to understand this, but TLDR, I have a keyboard that kind of works, and I kind of don't want to spend more money for a keyboard than fully works. You know, it's like we're talking about like 90% of the keyboard kind of works, and the 10% kind of don't work. And I don't want to like spend another like $100 on a keyboard that then fully works, if the one that I have kind of already works. You know what I mean? I don't want to like spend. It's kind of like wasted money there. Not wasted because I get something for it, but it's. I'm like, oh man. But it's just, it's really annoying. If you like, there's like something about clicking a thing on your keyboard and the keyboard is like, no. And you're like, I clicked this. 1,000,000,000% I clicked it, and the keyboard is like, no. It's so annoying. It's really annoying. But at this point, I might actually have to just get a keyboard. I already searched one out that I want. I don't know if it's good or bad. But yeah, surprise, it's a Corsair one. Because I never had bad experiences with a Corsair keyboard, nor with a Logitech one. Logitech. Unless Inzi comes in and he's like, no, it's called this. No, I think it's actually Logitech. And it's a first world problem of like, oh my god, my keyboards. But yeah. Hi guys. I constantly ignore that actually this item has 30% increased light radius. I think this actually helps a lot with just knowing where like stuff is. Slightly easier. Probably ignore how much that helps with moving around. Maybe. I'll realize this when I do a league start and then don't have it and I'm like, oh my god. This is a really strong unique though. I just saw the maps literally move. Actually, I think the boss moved on the minimap. I have a feeling when you get close, the boss actually is here. Like, she's here, outside her grave. And then when you get close, it's actually teleported in the grave. So the player... It's probably such a jank way to do it, but it works, I think. If that's the way to do it. Because they... Oopsie. Because... Well, in PoE1, the problem is if the boss didn't spawn yet, it kind of doesn't exist. That's, I think, a PoE1 thing. And maybe in PoE2 they fix this by having the boss spawn, or maybe spawn underground, so you can't see it. But technically it's there. And only when you get closer, it unspawns it and spawns it in the original location and then does its introduction thing. Maybe. It's a jank way to do it, but if it works, it works. Okay, this is like... Okay, this is just sadly bugged. Okay, so we have to actually go around. Sag. So we kind of did like a few areas for nothing. That's fine. No. Bad. It's a bad belt. I'm sorry. To be honest, I would love to get a new belt with more charm slots. Oh my lord. I'm glad they did this, that they already did the change to the charm slots. You have to get a new belt, or you have to find a base and then craft on it again. But it's, yeah, that would be huge. Being able to just slap in a Chaos Raz one if I get Chaos damage, that would be sick. Poison might be interesting, Ignite might be interesting, or maybe just Chill. Wait, is there a charm about Curse Duration? Well, I rarely get cursed.
Right in front of my salad?
Right in front of my salad? Oh my lord. But yeah, I would love more charms, but the good belts, yeah, they're either already gone or they aren't being made because, you know, well, I wouldn't say less players, but maybe less crafters, and thus, you know. No one has it. By the way, is this map the laggiest of... I think this is actually one of the laggier maps, right? Maybe it's just a lot of effects right there. Is this the new Savannah? Got another breach. This is actually a really good area for breach. Dude, I don't know how good or important it is, but I would love to find to feel this build, holy heck, to play this build and feel how strong Headhunter could be. Because I think with Headhunter this build would be disgusting. And I haven't experienced that yet, and I would love to, but Headhunter is like 30 divs. So that's a few, that's a many hours of grinding. I don't know if I'm gonna do that with this build. Because, Jesus, that was beautiful. Holy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But, who knows. I would love to maybe just to experience it once. Because I doubt this build is gonna survive next league. Which is fine, because it shouldn't. Because if this build is gonna survive next league and it's gonna be the best build again, that's bad. That would be very bad from a balance point of view. So, oh yeah, we're gonna ignore that, because that's just not an interesting strongbox, to be fair. Boop. Hi, big guy. Goodbye, big guy. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, so... I'm just saying, Path of Exile 2 on the Switch 2, can we get some news on that? GGG, right? GGG's already dying. They're like, please just give us... Bro, we barely... We're working really hard right now on the next BOE1 League. Do you want that, or... What do you want first? That would be... I don't think it's gonna happen. I really can't imagine that we can get... that we're gonna get PoE2 on the Switch 2, but... I mean, to be honest, just get a Steam Deck. Brutally honest, just get a Steam Deck. I even thought about buying... This is also not connected. Wow, this is like mega buggy. Whoa, okay, this. Oh, interesting. There's a really weird bug happening here with this area and this area. Huh. That's insane. That's a crazy bug. Okay. How about we go all the way around? Does that work? But would be neat to see, of course, Path of Exile 2 on Switch 2. But I don't know how Nintendo is with all with that, or if they are even interested in that. I mean, the Switch 2 could probably now with upscaling. I think now that upscaling is also a thing on the that console, you can get away with a little bit of a weaker platform, but upscale it so it's like, you know, fake frames or fake resolution, whatever. Yeah, PoE could probably run on that now. Because I'm pretty sure you would not have been able to play that on the previous... A quick question, why are there Scourge mobs right now in my video game? Hello, wow, what's happening right now? Oh, that's good. Those are billion% Scourge mobs. Am I high? Okay, no mind. So PoE2 would probably look pretty okay on the Switch 2. It's kind of interesting though how they didn't put out an OLED version. Might be because money, because it's probably too expensive to make. Would have been nice though. Yo, he's zooming. So I'm gonna get off real quick, resetting my heavy stun meter. Not that I'm gonna get blasted. This is one of those areas, like Valve Factory is so mega juicy sometimes. I'm actually scared. Like I kind of need a better build. Like if you gave me maybe a weaker build in terms of clear, but just safer, where I can just run through it and enemies die. That's kind of what I need in this area. Because the sheer amount of mobs in Valve Factory now is scary. It's really, at least scary to me. Because there's so many, and I can't always hit every single one of them. And if I miss just 3 or 4, like it's scary. I might also just constantly move forward into more and more monsters, so might be my own mistake in how I play. But yeah. See right now, like I miss those, I miss a few here. It doesn't chain behind me, and then whoop. Suddenly there are more enemies. I now stop moving. Those enemies explode. It's real scary. So much stuff happening. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But you know, if you don't want to die, you gotta be a bit careful there. Yeah, see, just. And again, of course, I'm you know, a glass cannon, so this is like 10 times scarier. So I kind of want to just hit enemies before they hit me. Beautiful. So what the hell was that? That's good. Good. Can't move forward. Wait, is there a boss? Oh, there is. Yeah, the Blazing Guardian is. This map is so mega juiced. Holy. Sometimes there are some enemies right here, I think. I don't know if that's a bug, but yeah. They're just chilling in here, you know? Nope. Lamau. Yeah, I certainly have so much damage, it's kind of disgusting sometimes. Thanks. That's it? Okay. Oh, one map. A single map. But we are so... Oh, now it works! Oh, now it works! Okay, that's clearly a bug. Interesting. Maybe that was a bug because... How's that a bug? That's an interesting bug, though. So if I now did a few more... Or maybe it's because maybe it's one of those weird things where you log out and log back in. It's kind of like fixes itself in a weird way. Yeah, maybe I have to do that next time. So if I think the map should be revealed, but it isn't, maybe I should just, you know, log out, log back in. Speaking of logging out and logging back in, that's what I'm doing every single time I look at my 5090 that I want to buy. And spoiler, it ain't getting cheaper. Somehow, it's not getting cheaper. I don't understand why not. It's just a 5090. I don't understand. Like, why is it so expensive? It's like, just make it cheaper for it. Yeah, so anyways, it's still 3,000 euros. So, that ain't happening. Yo, guys, I think we need a few sponsors on YouTube. Actually, I wouldn't even know if I do get a sponsor and it's like $1,000, I would be like, holy shit. I still don't know what I do with the $1,000 now. I mean, I could get an editor, but I don't know if, like... Maybe I should. Maybe actually I should get an editor. I do like how I edit videos, but it's not like unique. I would say it's not unique at all. It's... I don't know. It would allow me to put more content out. So there's that. or save up for a GPU, but that feels just so... Like, if I get a sponsor, a YouTube sponsor, and I'm like, oh, lol, I'm using that money for, you know, ow, you stunned me. For my own good, as in, lol, I'm gonna get myself a better GPU. I feel like that's kind of a... It's kind of weird for the viewer. They're like, yo, bro, we watched that sponsorship of yours, you know? Shouldn't you give us something back? And to be honest, it's not like a one-to-one thing. Of course, if you make content right now on like a 980 Ti about Path of Exile, and you want to like offer like better quality content that allows you to just, I don't know, do some fancy AI upscaling thing to just, I don't know, whatever the heck, then yeah, a better GPU might offer that. But for me, it's like going from a 3090 Ti to a 5090 Ti would be like, hey guys, do you see the 5 more frames that I have now? No. Yeah, no, obviously not. So, yeah, you would not see that now. Is there any strongbox left? No, okay, we're gonna go. Also, why did I open an area with ignited ground? Why am I doing this to myself? I'm playing a glass cannon build, guys. It opens a mother heckin'... Oh my god, a ravine. Oh my god, dude, I love ravine. Oh my lord, dude, ravine is probably my... If you can give me 50 ravine maps, just like unlimited ravine is actually better strand, brutally honest. It's so good. Yes. I love it. It's visually so sick. I mean, it's pretty much the upper area of Ultimatum Earth, but... God, I love... Oh, just give me this area over and over. Hello, goodbye. There was a rogue exile. The rogue exile is gone. Rip her. She tried. She tried. That's good. But yeah, I truly don't know if it would make any difference if I get a 5090. It's just, of course, for me, it would be nicer to play. But I don't think for you guys, there is a huge difference, you know? I already have way over 60 FPS in the game. With upscaling, to be fair. Well, I also have over 60 FPS without upscaling, technically. Because, again, the game is stupidly optimized. Even if people are constantly saying it isn't. Brother, it's so stupidly optimized. Holy heck. That's an interesting area. I've never seen this area like this before. Huh. Strange. Or this part of the random generation. Neat. Yo, map sustaining? Good. Is that the gold one? No, that's a rarity found. Nice. Ritual. Ritual precursor tablets actually make some good cash. Make some good cash. Or at least they did before. I don't know if they make some good cash now, but I think you can get like 5 or 10x from them. I just rarely sell them, so... Dude, I'm just lazy, okay? Dude, I hate making money in this video game. Dude, I'm so lazy. It was a bit scary with the lightning. Gotta be careful. Again, one of these like lightning zaps can actually, I think, maybe kill me. Oh! We got another crash, but again, don't touch the video game. It's gonna be fine. By the way, the reason why I don't roll back my driver is... Sorry, hit the microphone. It's a little bit annoying. Brutally honest. It's just a little bit annoying because it also resets all the monitor settings, so... and having 3 monitors is... Yeah, it gets a bit annoying when you have to like constantly reset it. No, it's... Literally that. Or you have to like set it up again, and it's like, yeah, no, this monitor is here, this monitor is here. No, this one is turned like that. No, it's 150%. So it's like, it's a bit weird, right? And technically I have 2 more monitors. So I have 3 monitors right now here, but technically the prompter that I have is it's technically seen as a 4th monitor, so I would have to set that up as well. It's not set up right now because I kind of don't need it anymore for streaming because I have chat right here. I like that kind of a bit more now. Also, I don't have to set it up and plug it in. But then I also have my TV that I set up, so it's kind of like just first world problems, brutally honest. But yeah, it's just a bunch of monitors and resetting all that because if you DDU your drivers, which you should if you reinstall your drivers, even if you do, I think. Even if you do clean installation on the NVIDIA driver, which might also work, but the best way is always to use DDU. I think it will also forget your monitor settings, or not the setting on the monitor, but how the monitor is set up in the driver and or on in Windows. So, and setting that all up again and again and again. I think I did this already like thrice when I set up this PC in November. At some point, I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't need to do it a 4th time. And to be fair, I think at some point they're gonna fix the issues anyways. The right now with the resetting and don't touch the video game and it fixes itself. That's just a temporary solution, right? It's a scuffed temporary solution, and they don't want to have it forever, I think. At least that's how Jonathan kind of looked at it. And it's like, yeah, okay, this isn't meant to be a forever thing. I hope we can find the actual issue. But until then, I can survive. I can live with a crash once in a while. And technically, it's not even a hard crash. It's more of like a soft crash where the game freezes and it's like, okay, I'm back. After like 10 seconds or 20. It's a natural reminder for, hey, drink water. The best reminder. Yep. There you go. It's so awkward with the wisps because I had to just actually go through and nearly die there to activate them. Hello, sir. Whoop. There's a little bug where I think if you're down and kind of spam, is it spam? I just spammed my dodge key and you somehow teleport around. It's kind of strange. It doesn't always work. I don't know how, why, where it works, but it does. And I think it just got me out of a tight situation. Also, hello, we're at 83%. Dude, I might actually get a level up on stream today. Hello. I don't know what to do with that level up, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Please don't tell me this is a... Okay. Hello. Noise. Whoop. Nice. Still want to look around again, and this is the thing. Even if I killed all the rare mobs now, I still have to look around and do 100%. Because if you look at the map right now, there's a massive area that is just not discovered. So if I wouldn't discover that right now, there could be the unique strongbox, right, for gamble. There could be essences. There could be normal strongboxes. There could be, I mean, the breach you would see. But yeah, it's yeah. The rare monsters are just one aspect of the whole thing. So we can only hope there's gonna be more work to be done in the future. Hello. Lightning does strike twice. Wait, no. Wait, no, it doesn't actually. Wait, no, it. No, it doesn't. Hold up. Yo, acceleration shrine. Yo. We zoom in now. Man, this build is so difficult to play. I'm gonna shut up now. I actually love how sometimes when you shoot way past the enemy and you can't aim at all, like myself, it still kind of sometimes just chains back to the original where you wanted to go, and it's just like just. See, and now it's gone. Now the wisp is gone. You know why? Because you can't see the wisp on the mini-map. You don't even see the core game mechanic of this league on the mini-map right now. So that's like one of those things where it's like Yeah, that's where, unless they don't want that. And I also would understand that, right? If the map completion is those like 3 mechanics, like breach, or well, technically it's always do rare monsters, so they're shown always. The extra content like breach, which is also a core league mechanic, is also shown. It's also neat. I don't know if they didn't finish it because they didn't have the time, or what if they just don't want strong boxes to be shown on the minimap. Also fair, but yeah, we'll see in 0.3. I hope they do, but I can see why they would be, why they don't want that. God, I love that chain. God damn it, is that chain beautiful. Ah. Such a beautiful build, just visually. It's like one of those builds you could not have in PoE1. You just can't. You cannot have that. Hello. And as you can see, I still ignore all the rare monsters. I still go all the way around. I still hug the walls. Because, again, the strong boxes could be everywhere. Oh, also shrines. Right, shrines are also not shown. You have to get close to shrines to see them. Then I don't. Then I ignore them because I can't see anything. Because I'm a blind AF, but, yeah. Man, it chains real far. That was a big miss. Oh. Yep. A second. But yeah, I would love to just experience what a headhunter would be. Yo, we got another gamble box. Let's go. I didn't find one for days now, and now, boom, here it is. Love it. And on stream. Dude, if it gives me 10 divs right now, I've seen the screenshots that it can give 10 divs. Oh my god. If we could get that right now, we're actually closer to the headhunter than I ever thought I could get. -1 because we're gonna buy a fragment later. So -1. Okay, I'm gonna go there right now. Ooh. Oh, sorry. RNGesus, please, 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 please. God damn it. Okay, chat. Pray. Pray. 20x, that's good. Or I think 18, more. Divine. You absolute worm. Please, pray. Please? Bruh. Okay. I don't know. I blame chat. I'm sorry, chat. You didn't pray. I mean, I also started praying way later, but you know. Wait, let me wait, give me a second. Okay. Oh, I'm a dumbass, guys. You see how this says Path of Exile Steam.exe? This should say Path of Exile Streamer.exe. I don't run the streamer client. Dude, I'm a dumbass. Oh, man. I forgot. Dude, I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I forgot. No wonder. No wonder we don't get anything good.
Bruh.
Yeah, well. I mean, I can't switch to the streamer client now, otherwise it would be too obvious, right? But just as a reminder, next time, you know, I gotta start the streamer client, not the normal client. You never know. You never. Imagine you just. That would be a good gag. Actually, with the wait, I think the stream. I mean, you can just fake it, I guess. Change the name of the .exe to Path of Exile streamer client.exe. I don't think it starts actually at that point. I'm pretty sure GGG probably checks. Wait, which .exe are you trying to connect to right now? Wait, what are you using? What are you using to connect to our servers? Hold up, hold the phone. That's how you get your account banned, by the way, probably. Don't do that. Don't do that. But that's 4 million gold that we lost today. Well, lost, you know, of course I got some stuff from it, but yeah, like you need about, I think 2.5 million every time you see a strongbox. Or else you can't open it fully. So just FYI. So save up to at least 2.5 million. And to be honest, I like that a lot more than the whole Alva gambling thing. I like that way more. The Alva gambling is just like literally a waste of time. And it takes so much longer. Because it's so much like inventory management thingy. That was the fastest map in my entire life. 2.5 minutes, not even 2.5 minutes long. Wow, that was fast. I kind of want to run that. Yeah, I kind of need to run that. Hold up. There you go. We run that, and then I need.
No advertisements?
No advertisements. I'm gonna grab all my towers, all my maps here. So which ones are... wait, no, I have all... oh, wait, no, those are the quantity of items. Actually, I want rarity. Rarity of items. Oh, there is one. Perfect. So we got one rarity, another rarity, and the other ones are... yeah, we can just go for the... we can just go for those three. On the other side, maybe I should go for the Lyria, but it's fine for now. I don't even know if my setup for Breach is kind of the best. I don't know what Fabgun had, but for me it made a lot of sense just to go for more monster density per Breach. I mean, I don't have Headhunter, so all the rare monsters kind of don't matter to me. But the sheer amount of rare monsters that spawn in Breach is insane. It's ridiculous. Very good. That is easy. I mean, okay, this entire build is easy mode, to be fair. Thank you. Nothing down there. I always like that there is this little area here that has nothing in it. Well, sometimes it has monsters. Hello. I also think that the Gloom Shrine, which I love the Gloom Shrine, but I think it actually messes up the Lightning Spear chain. Because there are no monsters to chain to. So it just disappears. It's like, oh, and it's lost. That's a Sacred Wisp. So it changes... well, that was that. What are these Regal Shards, GGG? Hello? Yeah, there needs to be something added to the game. I don't know if they like that, but that's one of those questions I would love to ask Jonathan. I would love to ask him so much. The one about the filter, as in, hey, can we separate the filter from rares and tiered rares so we can actually just filter out the bad rares and only see the good ones? And one of the other bigger questions would be to, hey, can we, you know, I know they can't do everything all the time, but I also want to like know, hey, is this a thing you guys know about? Or is this good that I now mention it and you're gonna put it on the list of things to do in the future again? Which is about the whole... why do we drop single stack Orb of Transmutes now? Like, why? Like, we know from PoE1 you can stack things. Just do that again, right? Or even go beyond that. Stack it, like, to max. Like, why do I want to, like, pick up anything, a single thing of anything at this point? If I can, now, that was bad. If I can just... have just a stack of 20, right? I will pick up a stack of 20 transmutes if you give it to me, but I'm not gonna pick up 20 single stacks or even dual, triple stacks. I don't care about those. So yeah, I hope they yeah, I don't know if someone reminds them or they'll remember again, I hope. So now we have rarity. Sweet. Actually, triple rarity. I think rarity is better than quantity. I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but it feels like it is. It feels like it is. Also, I opened this map and now I use the tower, which is bad. You should, of course, not do that. But, yeah. Because, again, rarity upgrades it to a divine. Quantity is just like, hey, you want to pick up a billion Orb of Transmutes? Because I don't. Right, so... yeah, it's kind of strange. Maybe that's the reason why they don't do it. But yeah, that's one of those things I would love to ask Jonathan. Or maybe I'm just gonna write to support and be like, hey guys, just wanted to let you guys know. Maybe this can be mentioned at some point. Love Daniel. P.S. Stay hydrated. Just throwing it in here. I really, I'm okay with Like, I'm totally okay if they say, hey, we want you to manually salvage stuff. I'm like, fine. If you don't want to automate that, you still want to have it like take time and effort and whatnot. But you could also just drop a stack of 20 Artificer Orbs at like tier 16 maps every 15 maps, right? Just drop some. Just balance around. Okay, cool. Instead of dropping single ones, they drop 20 times, 25 times less, 30 times less. But when they drop, it's a full ass stack. Hell yeah, let's go. But maybe that doesn't work again because of the whole... Well, what happens now if you have a lot of rarity? They probably get upgraded. And then you don't get any Artifice Orbs and you just get Divine Orbs and Chaos Orbs. It is so rare to find an annulment. So, who knows? Who knows how they're gonna solve that issue, but yeah. I'm always for picking up less stuff and just automating things as especially if it's about doing the same thing a billion times. I think it's pretty good to automate stuff. So now that my minimap is so zoomed in, I actually cannot see where the other rare is. Does someone know where the other rare is? I probably walked past it again. Didn't I? SMH. Hello? Where is... Okay, well, it's down there! Do I even have another checkpoint now? Lamau, no. Okay. I have no coffee left anymore. Well, time to stay hydrated with water. Gamers, cheers. How are there 3 rare mobs down there? Hello? Sir, I'm gonna... 2 seconds. Oh my god, it's all the way around. Oh. Yeah, I think usually top left is... I think in this situation, top left would be the boss, but there is no boss here. Oh, also, if you're wondering, yes, I don't do the rituals. I don't do them. It's just not my type of content. This build is not really good at it, IMO. The area is way too small. Enemies are super dangerous, and you constantly get thrown off of your Roa, and then you die, and then it's not worth it. So yeah, it's not good to me. Really not. With a different build, maybe, but I also always forget to grab the. I always forget to grab the loot. Brutally honest, I do the ritual and then I leave, and then I'm like, oh, and that is just not good, right? At that point, if I cannot do the content to get the loot and I forget the loot, then that I can't do that content. It's just so risky, because if I forget 2/3 of the content I do, why am I doing it? Right? It's just not good. Or even 1/3, or even 1/10 of the content, right? I mean, technically, I'm hiding 1/10 of the content or more of the loot because of I hide so many splinters. But yeah. Also, expedition is the same. I think I probably could do expedition, but it feels so lackluster in terms of like profit. Not that I only think of profit, right? But I want to do the stuff that makes me currency so I can upgrade my build, so I can have more fun. And yeah, it's just like kind of lackluster. I mean, I did it at the beginning. I did it at the beginning for a while, so... Oh, there's a rare mob. Nice. Boop. Yep. By the way, one of those explosions killed me before. It just one-shot me. I think that enemy probably had some extra life, extra damage as, and it's just like... Oh, and just took me out immediately. That was rough. So we have Expedition over there. We have one rare oh wow, there's a big... Actually, I don't think that's a big expedition area. I think it's just that my minimap is zoomed in. I'm still not used to it. It's like, why is it so big? Why is it so large? That's what she said. Not to me. That was just a guess. Don't add that to the lore. This is not stream lore. No. Okay, so Daniel's... Wait, what does the meme with the... My girlfriend's boyfriend. That is the meme there. It's like, wait, hold on. Oh, what's that? Yo, Stellar Amulet? Stellar? Is that a One Piece reference? I'm sorry. You know, One Piece, the anime started again, so you know, it's a big hype, big hype. Let's go. Also, what is that? Oh, yo, acceleration shrine, yay! Wee! But yeah, no, really happy that the anime is back. It's pretty okay. In terms of pacing, it's definitely better again. Probably because they had like a lot more time to make the episodes, and so a lot more can happen per episode now in the One Piece anime. But you know, it's still a little bit One Piece. It's still a little bit like, okay, guys, I see what you're doing. Stop. But it's good, you know. Still, if you like One Piece, you probably also enjoy the latest episodes too. So that's yeah, Necropolis, Sandspit. So yeah, this is definitely Count Geonor. Sweet. All right, gamble and boom! Damn it. Godspeed. Another Stellar Amulet removed from the video game. I wonder right now, using an Orb of Chance and a Stellar Amulet literally removes it from the video game, right? Destroys it. Which is, I think, good. Hello, there's loot. Which is, I think, good because it gives the items more worth and you can't hoard it, right? That's the good part. That's why Divine Orb and increasing the modifiers on gear is so good. Because the Divine Orb is gone and the unique item might be worth more, and if it isn't, you have to use another Divine Orb, right? So it's like an endless grind of min-maxing with the Divine Orb. That's what makes a Divine Orb worth something. Oh, I feel like I'm not good enough to explain that aspect, though. Like, I'm not that smart to understand that fully, and to see, like, all the different options or possibilities, or even think of new ways of adding more currency sinks. I don't know. I could think about it briefly for a video, but I don't know if it's gonna be an interesting video. Like 5 more ways of currency sinks in PoE that grinding gear games could try out. That's the longest YouTube title in history. But yeah. Because Orb of Chance, there is the currency sink of you need a white item to upgrade to a unique one. And then the item is bricked or it becomes the unique. But it also consumes the Orb of Chance, so it's gone. I mean, Transmute, Alchemy Orb. The Exalted Orb price is kind of an issue, right? Oh, wow. I have to actually go all the way around again? Oh, my lord. Funny map. I'm thinking of, like, could there be a way of having Exalted Orbs add modifiers, but also I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, imagine a system, like a machine that uses Exalted Orbs or an X amount of Exalted Orbs to re-roll. Like, if you say, okay, I want this high tier accuracy modifier on my spear to re-roll into a new one. So the higher the modifier is, the more it costs to re-roll with an Exalted Orb. Would that really be a good idea, though? I don't think that would be a good idea. That would be an insane Exalted Orb sink, like ungodly amount. I mean, that's kind of what Chaos Orbs are right now. Yes and no. I would actually be more precise, right? Where in Recombinators, you can say, hey, I want to change this modifier, like I want to combine these modifiers together. I would much more prefer to say, hey, Chaos Orb, change this one modifier. But again, this is just going way into the deterministic area that GGG kind of doesn't want to. I think even... Oh no. Guys, we have an issue. I have no place anymore. Oh my lord. It's what Mark also I think says, right? There are definitely more on the RNG side of things. So yeah, who knows? Who knows if that's ever gonna be a thing? Rarity. We can upgrade those. We can add them here. I could also add quantity of items, but I kind of don't care about it. So, but we can clearly see that 20 alchemy orbs is a little bit too much. No one messages me anymore. At 10 alchemy orbs, I got a few messages, so I'll lower it again. Maybe there are a few more people that want to buy some stuff. Hopefully. We're back in Grimhaven. Such a sick area. Hi, guys. It's also... It's so impossible to sometimes to think about. We only have a third of the game. It's like... It's just... Wait, what? Maybe not in like... No, it's, I think also in terms of... What is it? Also in terms of ascendancies, maybe? But either way, it's just like the acts, for example. Just the acts alone, we only have a third of it, which is like... Yeah, actually, wait, what the hell? It's insane. Gonna be pretty... Why are you going the exact opposite way? See what I mean? Now I killed all these enemies at the back without actually being influenced by this. Yeah, I couldn't influence her because the wisp didn't move forward. Yeah, it's a bit strange, as you can see. Yeah, now I can kill it. Poggers. Yeah, it's a bit strange sometimes. The one area they showed with the ranger was actually pretty sick, especially also the boss. I wonder if that's gonna be... I feel like that's gonna be Act 5. Alright? Which was like the poison... where they showed off the poison builds, or the poison attack, and the combo playstyle of the ranger. Oh no, I can actually go from here. I feel like that maybe it's gonna be Act... Oh, it's gonna be Act 4, but Act 4 is gonna be, well... Act 4 should be about... Hey, let's go, movement speed. Should be all about... Karui. Well, everything around the Karui, otherwise we wouldn't have like the big ass prison that we're also gonna go to, or at least the archipelago, right? So, bunch of islands that developed separately from everyone else, because you're not gonna go over the sea just for fun. Yeah, that's true. So where's the boss now? Because I'm blind AF. There you go. Oop. It's gonna be a beautiful thing when we have the full story. Which is, by the way, also something that was mentioned, and I'm mentioning again, about the whole in defense of playing through the campaign in PoE 2 and PoE 1 technically as well. The video I want to make next, or I pretty much is nearly written. I definitely want to maybe add a few more jokes, maybe like cut down on some parts. Some parts are really long. Like, even looking at them, I'm like, is this really necessary to mention all? Can I just maybe cut the fat off a little bit? Because it is going to be a bit of a longer video-ish. I mean, there's a lot to mention, because I'm also taking parts from... Holy... Why is there fire? I'm also going to take parts from the Dropped Frames podcast, so they're gonna... Nice fight. Lamau. So much fun. So even showing a lot of clips from them also takes up like a minute and two every once in a while. Whoopsie. So, yeah. We'll have to see that the video doesn't become too long and too like too much. So 50% monster elemental resistance. I kinda don't want to do that. Quantity of items, rarity of items, small amount to rarity. Rarity of items found. That's pretty good. Isn't it quantity better? Doesn't matter. Let's go. Reduced extra damage. Doesn't matter. Let's just... YOLO! It's the worst thing ever. Reduced extra damage. Monster life. Monster damage. Rip my face. We'll see how this goes. Oh, no. That's not what I'm after. Those are still the good maps. Still want to run them. Count Geonor. And after this, we're going to try the final boss. Let's see. And I think you have three tries at the final boss, right? I think we do, right? Yeah. Not that they changed that. That's sick. Gotta be a bit careful about these enemies. It is red on red. So, Lamau. Yeah, see. That exactly. Yeah, the extra clear helps a lot, being able to clear like across the corner and everything, or across the room. Oh wow, there's another... Oh yeah, I think we used I think we had like 50% of essences or something, I think. Or chance that essences spawn in the map on a tablet, so makes sense why there are so many essences here. Good. Dude, if I could get this shrine buff, 2 count Geonor, bro, we won. We won the video game. It's just... I'm gonna get slapped. Technically, with the checkpoints now, you could wait to get all the shrines and then quickly teleport around. You could do that. If you really needed like a little boost, extra boost. That's the 3rd Divine Orb today. Sure, you know, like maybe I have the streamer client on actually. Maybe I have to look it up again. This starts becoming very streamer clienty. Maybe I should stream the game more often, you know? 3 hours, 3 divine orbs. Yep, that's... yep, that's good. Nice, sir. Interesting that that was from an essence. Do essence mobs maybe have like a crazy high increased rarity and stuff? I didn't notice that before, but maybe. I mean, to be fair, the great part about essence mobs are they're easy to spawn, they're easy to kill because they're not like overtuned like heck like in PoE 1. They're still rare mobs, and technically they're an additional rare mob that spawns. And they give essences. So it's like good everywhere, technically, right? I'm actually gonna do... Okay, I'm not gonna do D&D. I can't go out of here, right? I can't just teleport, so... If he's gonna join or not. Is he gonna join, or should I just look up? Hello? There you go. Okay, I'm just gonna kill the rest of the rare mobs if he doesn't react. Like, those are still juicy enemies. I actually don't know if there's like an extra juicy... if the enemies that spawn here have like a bit more rarity because it is a special area of the game. I don't think it matters, maybe. Who knows, but... Okay. I can't tell it. I can't go back in, right? You can tell him. We can go back. I'm still unsure how the new system works. That's why I'm always like, how does this work again? Also, how do the hideout options? Portal access only friends. Yes. Yes. Okay. So this is like copied. Good. I just wanted to make sure that he can't go into my portals, because that would have been bad. He just walks into my portal, he's like la 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 la. They do take a long time to get to your hideout, though. I do have to say that. And I don't know, I don't want to blame that person, but in general, if you, like, as a streamer, or, like, I guess in general, if I have an above average PC and an above average internet speed, so if both of those are worse, it takes people way longer to actually move around in this video game. And you really underestimate that the moment you have like fast internet and or faster ping and or also a faster PC, right? So I will message him real quick to just, you know, message him hello. If he like maybe forgot about it, that he, you know, stands in his hideout and not in mine. Or to be honest, you know, I'm gonna go to his hideout. So, hello. I think the game actually crashed right now. That sucks. But again, do not touch the keyboard, do not press anything, it will fix itself. Wow. He literally left the party. Well, that's okay. Yeah, kind of strange. Kind of strange. Maybe he also crashed. Maybe he also crashed. Maybe I will get a disconnect in a second. That would suck, but, you know, wouldn't be the first one. Wouldn't be the first disconnect.
No advertisements?
Oh my god. And again, keep in mind that disconnects aren't an issue with GGG. That's sadly all just DDoS attacks on their end. Can't really fix DDoS attacks, right? And it's also, sadly, extremely easy to do. It's kind of the problem. Sadly, very, very easy to do nowadays, to do some DDoS attacks. Good. I also realize how little checkpoints there are in this map. I would love to do the ritual, but I'm 99% sure I will die. Mark my words, so I can't risk it. Let's go. Okay, don't get hit by any attack, otherwise I'm dead. He actually one-shots me.
You cannot stop us. We will take the power that we deserve.
That was close. That was close. I was scared. Dude, I was scared. Again, the swipe he does. He's just a very strong boy. He's a very strong boy. That swipe he does when he like turns around, if that hits me, I remember like I did this before, right? With well, technically I think it was maybe 1,900 life, but I died. I died before. So I have to be incredibly careful. Actually, we can like maybe leave this up like high level. So with this, ooh, 30% movement speed, nice. Maybe that extra sells for like 10x. So we go D&D. We have 2, thankfully, so that's actually really nice. I love that you can get 2. And you know why? Because of the economy, if you can get 2, it's... and maybe they are somewhat priced equally, hopefully at least. Probably not, but it's fine. You can get... You find 2, and thanks to the trade experience, which I love trade because of that, you might not be able to find the 3rd one easily, but because you get 2 for each attempt, you have 4. So you can sell 2. And have the money to buy the last one. Love it. That's why I love trade. That's why I love it. So now we have 1, 2. But now I can sell this one. I want exalts. That is 140. Thank you very much. And now I have an exalt, but I need another fragment. I need... I think we got the Faded, we got the Ancient, and now I need the Weathered Crisis Fragment, which is actually slightly more expensive, but we have that money. And with this, I should have now all 3 of them, Faded, Ancient, and Weathered. We can maybe check if there's anything nearby. I sadly don't see another pillar in the distance, so it should be a... I think it would be more of an orange or red one. I think it would be red, right? For the Val, which I sadly haven't found. I haven't found the Val yet. I found 2 copper citadels. I think I found 2 iron citadels. Sadly, not a single Val citadel, but it's fine. But with this, I got all three. And I am going to the toilet. I have to go. Like, if I don't go, I don't know what's gonna happen during this upcoming boss fight. Again, massive spoiler warning if you don't want to see the final boss of PoE2. If you haven't, don't see it. Literally, go in blind. It's a beautiful boss fight. Also, I don't know what they have changed. So that's gonna be interesting. But first, toilet break. And then we are ready. We are very, very, very ready. Burbeck. Okay, let's go. Good. I did think about what if I do some more upgrades. No, but genuinely, I technically probably could do some upgrades. I don't know how much cash I had, but I could maybe scrounge up an Against for Darkness or Against the Darkness jewel, which gives me extra damage, which is, I think, pretty big. I don't have the Old Ring, which might not matter, because I think I'm one-shot anyways. So, with this, I think we're ready to go. I don't think there's much more I can do. I don't think I'm more ready than ever before. So, I can't hear him, which is a shame. Timing. Timing is a good thing. I do need to time things properly. I do need to focus on the fight. We do have, I think, multiple attempts. I think we have 3 attempts right at this fight. I cannot lose XP, which is awesome. I love that they changed this. I don't know if they changed anything else beside that at the beginning he does take less damage. Because, yeah, you don't want to, like, burst down the enemy, so he has, like, a a little bit of a gradient, so he doesn't lose as much damage at the beginning in the first few seconds. But I don't know if they changed anything on his, like, attacks. So, let's go. Dirt.
It all comes down to this.
You are too late. The fourth edict already burns for your world.
Here it comes.
Yep, I totally didn't see that one.
Resist.
Interesting. You know, this little bit that's right there that's missing, that sometimes looks like that is the part where I can walk in. And I think I kind of expect the area that is walkable to be smaller than it actually is. It's actually large, right? It's a big corridor pretty much. And I think I expect it to be very narrow. Maybe I just need to think, hey, this is actually a very big area. So if it's not uber obvious, it can't be that. So pretty much. Okay. Let me get on my row here. Okay. So...
You are too late. The fourth edict already burns for your world. Embrace the infinite
Need mana.
void.
Wait.
What? What? That was a bit easy, sir.
Hell.
The mother soul
Enough.
must.
I'm dealing a lot of damage. Wow. I'm impressed. Also, I think this is the very first time I was able to see the animation of him trying... I don't know if this is actually new, if this was before, but as I remember in my first video, he like it crashed exactly at that point. So that's actually cool to see if they maybe added that he like falls down and tries to get to this thing, but due to explosion, he just literally gets vaporized. That's actually really cool. So now, the biggest mother freaking lore question in this entire goddamn video game. What the flying heck is this? Roa, no!
This power serves a new master.
Damn it. They didn't change anything or add anything. Dude, I really hope that there's just something, just anything in terms of lore that we can like see or hear or listen to, anything. Literally, I will take a smudgeon of just what the flying heck's going on. This does kind of look like a precursor tower though, right? Like this whole thing just flattened out. Huh. Well, this doesn't really help me in terms of lore. I can give you that. Well, heck. Hey, I have 4 points. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually get the map boss skill points. Bro, I always forget this is another skill tree over here. I always forget about that. I'm sorry, I forget about it. So. We could have maybe gotten even more fragments. Whoops. Anyhow. Anyhow. Yay. Yeah, by the way, how do you get the map boss skill points? Because this feels like one of those things I'm like... I really... Wait, what? Slay a map boss in an area to earn points in this tree. Bro, I'm constantly in 79 plus, right? I'm running tier 15 maps. And I'm getting 0. Additional points are earned for slaying bosses in maps with higher area levels and difficulties. Pretty sure I'm doing that. Points can also be earned for completing the Pinnacle Flame quest, which is, I think, this one? Is this the Pinnacle Flame? Probably, because it's all about flames, right? Huh. Well?
A sight for sore eyes.
A prisoner no longer.
Well, Doriani has something to say.
I understand that something stole the flame seed as your battle drew to a close. This is concerning. There is little we can do until we know more.
The Flame Seed. Does he have more things? Understanding the Wastelands, a word of warning, the weapon. Wait, what is the weapon? Oh, is the weapon maybe the something that's about Act 4?
I have invested considerable resources and many years of effort in this search, but my knowledge of the precursors still remains scarce. They are as ancient to us as we are to you. On such timescales, geological events tend to obscure remnants of civilization. There is evidence of great fires, eruptions, impacts from the sky. All I know is that they too delved into the secrets of this world. Corruption was just one of many forms of energy that they mastered. I have come across simple pictographs in their ruins, intended as a contingency, should others come without knowledge of their language. Most pictographs were quite clear. Death lies within. One, however, held faded instructions for what we should do if that death should ever escape.
Okay, that's about the weapon. So yeah, this is actually not nothing new. I think he said the same thing last time. I haven't gone through all the dialogue, to be fair. I don't know how much they added previously or from last time. I think maybe Cult of the Purple Flame is a little bit new. Kind of interesting. But yeah, that just shows how strong the build is. I mean, of course, this is kind of like a glass cannon, you know, just deal a billion damage, Lamau. Well. Okay, so this is like 40x. I have to, like, try to... Like, I have to just, you know... Better break it. 60x. Okay, I'm gonna put it up for one div. We'll see. See, this one didn't even sell yet, even though it's also one div. I mean, it's a very... the Thorn build is very niche. But does look fun when Mathil is playing it. Huh. We actually got here very quickly. I didn't expect to get there really quickly, but I mean, it's just a few maps, right? It's just... How many maps were those? Like, from this to that, it looked really far away. But it was actually, realistically, if we didn't screw around with those 3 maps. 1, 2... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 maps. And technically, if you then calculate it by 13 maps times... Let's give it a... Let's say 5 minutes. We know that some maps were 2 minutes, right? But let's say 5 minutes on average. That's about an hour. That's kind of okay. I still... That's, by the way, with my build that runs fast. So, I think if GGG could look at this number and say, if a normal player could in an hour get from one Citadel to the next Citadel, I think that would be pretty good. But problem is there is no other Citadel right now, so I'm kind of like lost. But that would be cool. I think if you have like an hour time and you're like, hey, I wanna get to that Citadel, right? You get to that Citadel, you have a really nice experience because the areas are also really nice and difficult potentially, and at the end you get a fragment. That's also cool. That would be really nice if that's possible. Hey, by the way, I think because you still die. Yep. So because you still die, it absorbs the omen, even though the omen shouldn't be, in my opinion, absorbed during a boss fight, right? Because it doesn't matter. I didn't lose XP anyways. Because in those boss fights, the omens don't matter. So now I have to like buy 3 new ones, man. Oh, man. There we go. Huh. Yeah. Pretty neat. I really can't find any other... Oh, wow. Okay, this is really far away. I think I'm underestimating sometimes how large it's zoomed out. How far you can actually sometimes look. Yeah, there needs to be something about... I don't know, like important locations or something, and then it just kind of... like, imagine bookmarks... but something that separates the bookmarks from, like, imagine player, home, monolith, and then maybe 1 or 2 new things new here that says something along the lines of citadels or other like major locations, right? And it kind of like flies towards it. I think that's what's kind of missing. Because it's just so gosh darn large, the entire atlas. And it's just so difficult to kind of like find your way. Like this, what I'm doing right now is just not fun to, I think, a lot of players. I kind of enjoy it, but I understand that a lot of players don't want to do this, right? And just imagine also, I don't know how difficult this, by the way, is on a controller. Probably impossible, but yeah. But yeah, I think something along the lines of like right here, Citadel, click. And it's maybe grayed out if there's no Citadel nearby, right? So you have to find a new one. That's fine. But I think in general, like a Citadel, and then it just flies to one Citadel to another. Maybe with the priority, the first one you found is the one that you can click on, and it flies towards the first one, then the second, then the third, the fourth, and then just, you know, maybe that's that would be nice. That would be nice. Because again, I think Palsteron also mentioned this. I mean, Palsteron had some pretty freaking hot takes in his first video. I was this close making a video on it. This also Mathel's video are... they were pretty... yikers. Anyways, yeah, Palsteron mentioned that he, I think, personally doesn't like this whole thing. So, not because of only him, right? He's one guy out of 100,000 players. By the way, just FYI, if you're wondering, how many players do we have right now? 109,000 players are playing this video game, by the way. Right now. There's a lot of players. But I'm sure a lot of people don't... find this a little bit... Yeah, you need a little bit more. And that's why I mean with... I think I'm just an absolute normie when it comes to maybe even the whole... compass in video games and telling me where the next quest is instead of having to read what the NPC says, figuring out, and then reading the shields or street signs in a video game to figure out where I have to go. No, just telling me on a compass, bro. I'm the huge normie in that, right? Where I'm like, no, please, just tell me, bro, where it is. So, yeah. Good. I think I'm gonna take a break from here now. Shorter stream today, but we did the impossible. We did where no one was ever before. The final boss. Just kidding. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I sure did. I enjoyed it. It was good. No, seriously. Really fun, as always. I could definitely play a little bit more. I do want to take maybe stream a little bit less, kind of calm down. I do want to finish the script. Also, go to bed a little bit earlier. People want to go bouldering tomorrow. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, so I do have to go to bed, definitely. Not that I don't like bouldering, but yeah. Interesting. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Shorter stream, but I hope you stayed hydrated. Well hydrated. Not like a little, I take a sip, Daniel. No, a sip is not enough. You need... Sorry. But I'll be streaming more next week again.